officer wouldn't happen to be Ensign Granger, would it?
No,
Nope.
Okay, good.
that would be Logan Savoy.
Oh, okay.
The
Commander Savoy is online.
I watched. Looks like he's playing. I have never heard Wallpaper Engine. Fuck.
That's a strange name for something.
I've seen a few people with that. I have no idea what it is.
I watched 2 episodes of Next Gen last night.
Hmm.
One was interesting. One was pretty heartfelt.
Which ones were they?
Shoot, hang on. The first one was a time travel-y episode.
Oh.
But they don't time travel. They meet a time traveler.
Oh, wait.
Is that
I
one
know
with the time
inventor.
traveler
The
scam
inventor?
guy?
Yep, with the guy who's the inventor.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I actually just saw it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I just watched that episode last night, and then the episode right after it is the where Worf's son comes back.
Hmm.
Oh, that's right. I'd forgotten about that one.
Like his son goes to live with Worf's parents for a little bit, but then he comes back
Mm-hmm.
and starts
That
living with
one's-
Worf.
That one's a good episode. I
So
mean, a lot of them are good episodes, but
I watched those 2 last night.
nice.
I forget who said it, but someone said that they envy me for the fact that I'm watching all of Star Trek for the first time now.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, wait,
For real?
Oh, so you're new to Star Trek too?
What?
Wait, so you're just watching Star Trek for the first time as well?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm about halfway through the original series. I'm, what? I guess you could say 2/3 of the way through Next Generation. And I haven't even touched Deep Space Nine or Voyager yet.
Okay.
Logan's
you
going
got
to be a
that
bit
whole
late.
24th century arc still to go. It's
What?
fun.
Logan's going to be a
24th
bit
century
late.
arc.
But watching that episode with the inventor from the 22nd century made me like realize, oh, that guy's like from Enterprise time, isn't he?
Yeah, essentially. Which is interesting because I don't think it's too spoiler, but the Enterprise time has so much of the stuff with the temporal Cold War going on.
I think I've told you this. That's the plot that I'm running. That's one of the plot points that's going to be running throughout the campaign I'm running
Right.
with the temporal Cold War.
Yeah, I envy people who are new to Star Trek and get to experience all that for the first time.
I'm not. Well, here's the thing. I'm not
Or
that.
the
I'm
series.
not. I'm not that new to Star Trek. I got into Star Trek probably back when I was like a freshman in high school. So that was maybe five years ago.
Okay.
I've been really slow to watch the various series.
Yeah. Whereas for me, my mom got me into Star Trek when I was very little.
Yeah.
So I've been watching Star Trek since I was like 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably the same, except I remember nothing.
Right.
I've seen
Yeah,
seen
I've
it
had
all,
to
but
go
remember
back and
nothing.
watch, like, I
Oh,
had
yeah,
to go
and
back and rewatch TNG at some point
And
because
I also
that's when I turned
haven't.
on.
I also haven't watched any of the movies.
Okay.
Yeah, the only
Yeah.
movies I've watched are like a couple of the new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started on when Voyager came out. Like I pretty much started watching Star Trek when Voyager came out.
Okay.
Okay.
Like the thing that I know is that hang on, just had it. I started my first real introduction to Star Trek like media would have been the Abrams movies.
Same.
And I think I discussed this with one or two of you, but I actually have a very unique outlook on the second Abrams movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people don't like it because of what they do with Khan,
Right, but you haven't seen Wrath of Khan.
but I haven't seen Wrath of Khan.
Okay.
So I'm sure, well, the thing is, I'm sure when I see Wrath of Khan, I'll be really impressed. Because I've been told that, oh, it doesn't hold a candle to Wrath of Khan. It's, you can't redo Wrath of Khan.
See, I kind of disagree. It wasn't
And
it wasn't as good, but I don't think it was bad as in bad. It's just a different take of a character.
That's how I felt about it overall. You know?
Well, you see, when I saw it, I liked it because I was like, oh, that's cool.
Well, yeah,
I
same.
felt slightly let down by some parts of it, but I also felt like it was a legitimate take on the events in a universe that's gone in a different direction.
Yeah.
I will say though, Star Trek Beyond was awesome.
Have not seen Star Trek Beyond.
Star Trek
Neither have
Beyond is
I.
really good.
Yeah.
It's basically a really big, high budget away team episode.
Yeah, I watched like the first 15 minutes of it or something, and then did something else.
It's really good. Yeah. And it's not Abrams who directed it. It's like one of the guys who did the Fast and Furious movies.
It's an interesting choice.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice, but it works. No lens flares.
How many cars are in it?
There is a motorcycle.
There's lots of
Star Trek was the
motorcycles.
First car in Star Trek.
There is a motorcycle sequence.
Okay.
For me, it's interesting with like gaps in Star Trek knowledge because I do have a few of like episodes or parts of series that I haven't seen. Like I've seen some of everything, but I know there's a couple original series movies I haven't seen. I haven't seen the third season of the original series, and there's
That's not
some
our
episodes in
doctor.
season 7 of TNG that I haven't seen yet.
Has someone messaged our doctor yet?
Yeah, it's gonna be
He
late.
just came in.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Hello.
okay, I mean, he popped in, but I don't think he's actually at his desk right now.
Hello.
My screen right now is so clustered up for this.
Yeah.
Because I have like Discord, and then I have our like roll/chat log on one side, and then I have like a Word document for notes, and then under the Word doc I can pull up my character sheet, and then like in the
How do you guys think I feel when I have to run all this stuff? And today it's going to be even worse because I probably have about 10 character sheets for the NPCs in this game so far.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen the GM side of Roll20. It's not clean.
Oh, I've never seen it on Roll20. I've only done
I
it.
pity the DM.
And that's also the reason why I do not do maps is because I don't have patience for that right now. Trying to put maps and shit. No. Do it in your head, people.
Oh wow.
Yeah, honestly, I prefer Theater of the Mind for maps myself.
Oh wow.
Like, if you have to have a map set up.
I prefer
My
the
captain's
concept, but I find that it's really easy for misunderstandings to come up with Theater of the Mind.
This is true. You have to be very clear about everything.
Yeah. Oh my god, Ed. I just looked at it and the log that you sent me last night to retweak and, add my personal touch to, it's now 3 times as long.
That's the point of it. That's why I give you the broken down. If you don't want to do anything else, here it is. But I like when you guys do the personal flair. The other captain doesn't really do it, but right, I like that, and I like the personal inflections. I like the commentary about what's going on, the thoughts. It is a personal log, and that's why I've been doing it that way.
So depending on how long this is, I'm gonna fucking hang myself.
Speaking of which,
Hey Ed, I'm in.
All right, cool. So just so you guys know, I am on a little bit of a time crunch. I got to pick up the girlfriend. She gets off at 9. She already knows that I'm probably going to be late, but if we could try to, I don't know, not take 2 hours to do a 20-minute scene again, that would be great.
Okay.
Well, screw you too.
We'll try and do that.
I won't promise shit.
Should we all hop over to the Kismet?
Yeah, everyone go to Kismet.
And then...
I clicked on the Kismet, and then I didn't go to the Kismet.
Oh,
did it move right when you clicked it?
does Satin not have the permissions to join us?
I did.
So who is that new?
Yeah.
So who's the new? Oh, is he our fill-in?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
our
yeah.
fill-in.
I was about to say I gave him
I'm
the
Ed's real
permission.
life friend.
No.
You can call me Alex.
Yeah, and he's a real life doctor, so
Oh, cool.
I don't normally
Like a
start off
doctor.
like that, but okay.
Yeah. The let me see. Can I just see the character sheet so I can familiarize myself with the new character?
yep.
I just
Where
love
did
that
it go?
introduction. This is my friend. He's a real person. He's a real doctor. He's not imaginary.
He's a
He's
real
a real
doctor.
person, god damn it.
I'm
He's
a
a
real
real
boy.
doctor, Mr. Savoy. Commander.
We don't have Savoy in here yet.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Commander Savoy.
Who has still not been referred to as Doctor.
I think I referred to him as Doctor like once.
Okay, that must have been when I jumped off or something.
Yeah. So do we have the? Oh, there it is. Come on.
Yep,
I want,
should be able to see it now.
I want to click it. Let me click it. Huh. I thought Andorians had a first and last name.
Yeah, but they shorten them a lot.
Ah.
When they're using with people of other species.
Sultan.
And I
I mean,
was,
Vulcans
you know,
technically have last names as well.
and also I was more in a rush, so I just said fuck it and wrote that.
Okay.
Ah, I see that. I see with that fourth value, our two characters will get along.
Get along in a me and you sense?
No.
Or-
In an appreciation of the finer things. sense.
Oh, another theatre person.
Actually get along.
Another what?
Mm-hmm.
Theatre person.
No. His fourth value is excellent lover,
Oh God.
whereas mine is hopeless romantic.
I'm just trying to bring in stuff from the real life world, so.
Is there like a bunch of kids in the background?
Yep, that's me.
Oh,
Just the one. But I,
just the one.
well,
One can sound like many.
the second one's across the house right now.
Sounds like Pikachu.
Okay, so are we ready to begin?
I think so. We'll just let the good doctor join in whenever he wants.
Yeah.
Am I not here?
What?
The other good doctor.
Oh.
The other?
Mason.
Yes.
Our ship's doctor.
Oh, wow.
You mean the commander?
Yeah.
Yes, the commander doctor person.
Commander doctor person.
I would like to apologise in advance. This is the intelligence of our crew.
Don't worry, I've been hanging out with Ed for like 10 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, this is probably an improvement on our intelligence when we get together, so
Okay.
I think you guys are in good company. Anyway, so as you guys remember, your ship was badly damaged last session.
I don't remember that.
Well, you do now.
Don't worry. You'll hear an abridged version in the officer in my log.
So at any rate, you guys made it back to the station and to start repairs on the ship, and you guys have probably been here for, I don't know, a week, maybe a week and a half, something around there. And the first thing you guys notice as you guys are on the station and probably given shore leave by your captain and all that other stuff is there seems to be a lot more Klingons on the ship than or on the station than there normally are. And just in your everyday going around the station, you notice that a lot of the engineering staff seem to be really tired, overworked, and overly stressed out.
It sounds like interesting stuff.
And so we'll go ahead and start your shore leave on the station.
You want me to start off?
No. This is just you guys are on the station. It's before the captain's log.
Ah, okay. Let's see.
So if you guys wanted to do anything special, you guys are on the station. Maybe have shore leave, maybe not.
Can I just torture my pilots again?
Yeah, and I'd like to run some battle drills with tactical staff.
Practical staff and go. I'm
All
gonna go to
work
the
and
bar.
no play, you guys.
Hey, I mean, if the captain ordered shore leave, that's different. But if he didn't,
No, I'm not the kind of person to. I at least right now I'm not going to order shore leave. I know everyone copes in their own way.
right?
I'm planning.
Yeah.
Be right back.
So I am grilling
You guys can
Lieutenant
play.
Evans
Yeah.
and his team.
Grilling him.
Yeah.
All right.
Oof. Good
They have
luck.
gone through more holodeck simulations in the last 5 days than they did in their last week at the academy.
Oh, during like their testing period.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And they have run the gamut from ground simulations to boarding simulations to full out combat, small skirmishes, everything I can think of.
Yikes.
How dare she look at my information, Alex? You know what? For you.
Everything good there?
It sounds like he's being yelled at.
Just a little bit.
Going to turn that volume off for now. Okay.
I don't know if we want to do a small scene with Lieutenant Evans and I as we come out of the most recent simulation, or just
Yeah,
go
go ahead.
over what everyone's done.
Yeah, that'd be a good scene.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lieutenant, your men performed
Oh, yeah.
well in there. You're to be commended.
Oh, thank you, Commander.
I still want to get those response times trimmed down by another 15% before I feel comfortable letting everyone be at ease, though.
Well, I will do my best to run over those when I can.
Very good.
Are you,
Dismissed.
are you two finished in there? I've got these idiots to train.
Yes, Lieutenant, we're finished.
Thank you.
I smartly turn and head off, looking slightly pissed.
Oh dear.
Ah, it's like disappointing my parents all over again.
And you're gonna run that you're gonna run the training program again?
I'm going to make it as hard as possible to get those idiots in shape.
What- y-
How do they do?
Let's find out.
Oh dear.
Are we going to roll for it again?
If he wants.
Yeah, I want to see if they get any better.
Go ahead and roll your command and presence difficulty 2.
Which one, me or...
Yeah, you.
Oh, shit.
You're trying to lead them, so I think that's going to be your command.
Okay. I'm back. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Where are we at?
Some holodeck training, and we're about to have a roll.
All right.
Yeah, so your attempt to whip your crew into shape kind of falls on deaf ears, and they kind of just take the rest of the training session to kind of goof around.
Oh, is that what
Boy,
that 0 is?
If only you had a if only you had a, no, this isn't my character sheet. If only you had what I did and had a 17 in your presence and command.
Oh.
Hey,
Wait.
give me something mechanical to fly and I'll destroy all of you. Talking to people is not my strong suit.
Oh, you're
fly
an
away.
Accelerate. What do you expect? Oh boy.
Okay, idiots, get out. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Aye, sir.
So usually the best way to do this is they anyone here want to seek anyone else out?
I want to seek out Pend and ask him about his pilots.
Great.
Yep, how can I help?
So I heard just the other day you sound like you weren't exactly happy with your pilots.
That's one way to put it, yes.
Well, I'm putting it lightly, but how'd you determine this?
Well, I put them all against me in a race. I let them get halfway through the course before setting off, and still beat them without trying. They're useless.
I'm curious to see if I could beat your pilots.
I call them all back. Idiots, back now!
I just look at them apologetically as they come up.
We're gonna do our introduction drill again. All of you versus him. What's your name again?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
That would be Troy Evans.
I'm actually saying this out loud in front of everyone.
Oh, but Troy Evans.
You'll be going against Tacticals Evans. Now, get ready.
All right, so you guys are doing the race again?
Yeah, so it's Evans versus my idiots.
Okay.
Is that what you're just gonna constantly refer to them as?
Until they get better, yes.
Good.
Would you prefer I
Okay,
call
so
them
it's gonna
morons?
be, so let's do control and con to see how you guys fare in the race.
Well, it's not me racing.
I know. So it's gonna be Lieutenant Evans, and I'm gonna for the idiots.
And I'm using my small craft focus because I assume this is small craft racing
Ye-
again.
It
Yes.
Ooh.
So yeah, I think that role kind of speaks for itself.
We need to get some better pilots.
Are you guys kidding me? You lost to a tactical officer. You fly ships as a profession. Get out. We're running more drills tomorrow. Get out. Go. Get lost.
So, what I do during the race is I set out exactly when they do, but when I see how much of a lead I've got, I start like looping around asteroids and whatnot.
Like actively taking your time, like actively
Yeah.
taking a suboptimal
Yeah.
route.
Just like, oh, that's a big one. I'm gonna do a loop around it.
Now do you see what I'm working with?
Oh boy.
Wow.
Ouch.
And they fly the Kismet, right?
No, I
Like,
fly
when
the
you're not on
Kismet.
helm?
No,
Well, yeah,
these,
but when
these
you're
are
not
like,
on the helm, what do they do?
these are like shuttle pilots.
These are all of our pilots.
Yeah,
Okay,
for
I'll fly my own shuttle.
Yeah.
I
I mean, a couple of them hit asteroids, didn't they?
I fear for my life when I'm not on the bridge.
well, hey, to be fair, he has a decent control con. That's like a respectable stat.
Oh yeah, definitely is.
It's actually as good as my security.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
Hmm.
Yeah, in all
Oh,
fairness,
right, because you can't have fives. Forgot
me,
about that.
me and Evans
Yeah.
could probably switch stations and no one would even notice.
Great.
It's not what you want to hear. Okay, so yeah, Varro doesn't have anything else.
All right. Admiral Hepper to Captain Grennan.
Yes, Captain Brennan here.
Captain, our engineers are having trouble repairing the Klingon ship. Can you spare a couple engineers to go give them a hand?
Wait, Klingon ship?
Correct.
Yeah, sure. I think I can spare Ensign Granger. Ensign Granger, yeah. I think I can send him in a small contingent of maybe 3 or 4 men.
Anyone you can spare would be great, Captain. We're trying to send a convoy underway, and that Klingon ship is one of our escorts.
Got it. So I, tap my comm badge and say, Brennan to Ensign Granger. Please report to Narendra Station for further assignment. There's a job that we need you to take on. And, of course, Ensign Granger's player isn't here right now, so...
Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the medical staff answer the call and say he is currently sick in sick bay and he is to be relieved of duty.
This was my way of trying to get Ensign Granger off the ship for the session.
I know, but that's how we're going to do it because there's something I have written.
Oh, okay.
Well, I could probably help because of me. I can use my con instead of engineering for warp cores and flight for helm systems.
I mean, I could help. I am an engineer.
Yeah. Well, I want my senior staff here on the ship.
Okay.
So I'll send them over a contingent of engineering personnel.
Okay.
Unless they need something more.
They well, the captain seemed like kind of I don't know, like annoyed, and the tone of the voice you got was that they kind of needed this done like 3 days ago.
Wait, captain?
Or the admiral, sorry.
Okay. Oh, so it's not like I'm giving them an officer to send with them on their ship.
No. Yeah, you're sending them to help repair some stuff.
Okay. Very well. Then yes, I'll put what's his name?
Lieutenant Vada?
No. I'll put no, I need Vada to oversee the last of the repairs on our ship. I'm gonna send Ensign Zoltan and Lieutenant Commander Yolan over to take a look.
All right.
So I'll nip down to our engineering, see if they need a hand.
Actually, since you're gonna be working, since you're going to be interacting with Klingons, Commander Vara, would you please join them?
Yes, sir.
Make sure that they don't get into any trouble.
Will do. And I'll head over with the engineering contingent.
You think now would be a good time to throw out the captain's log?
No, not yet.
No?
Nope.
Wait till we're actually flying.
All right, so I guess then me and who was it? Yada?
Yolan.
Yeah, Yada.
Do we have a name for this Klingon vessel?
Yes. Let me find it. Oh, it's in Roll20. What am I doing? The Mupwl. MUPWL.
The Mupwl.
Mupwl.
The IKS Mupwl. Because I think that's what the Klingon ship designations are.
You are correct.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if the captain hasn't already done that and he's instructed me, then I'll just say, Ensign Zoltan, Lieutenant Commander Yolan, report to them in Pole.
All right. Ready to roll.
Let me head over through Narendra Station.
All right. So you guys head over to the Klingon ship, and as soon as you board the Klingon ship and get to the bridge, you see this very physically impressive Klingon captain just barking orders to everybody on the bridge. He's saying things like, "Why is this thing not working? Get this fixed. I want it done now." In a very brass Klingon voice.
Okay. I walk
Alright.
straight up to him. Okay, we've got some engineering staff here to help you out.
It's about time Starfleet gets on board my ship to help fix their problems. These new sensors you tried to install on my ship have caused nothing but issues. I want it fixed now!
I'm sure our engineers will be able to fix the issues yours have been unable to.
That almost sounds like a challenge, Commander.
That would require even footing. Otherwise,
One
it would
that
be a
you seem
dishonorable
not to-
challenge.
One that you don't seem to be up for.
We got this.
I'm just staring him down at this point, not saying anything else.
Do you dare insult my honor aboard my own ship?
Oh no.
Who was supposed to keep him calm?
Of course, I wouldn't dare to do such a thing.
Good, now fix my ship!
Okay.
And I wave to Yolan.
Yes, Commander.
All right. So then I'll go take a look and start writing some diagnostics.
I don't know what's wrong with this. What was he's saying was wrong with the sensors?
I'm sorry, I caught none of that, Yolan.
What did the Klingon commander say was wrong with the ship?
So as you guys start your diagnostics, you notice that the newly installed sensor suites, or the upgraded sensors suites that were installed, seem to be interfering with some of the ship's systems.
Which systems?
All of them. Like, it's causing glitches in the systems, and they're having a
Well,
very
that's
hard
more than
time.
some.
They're having a hard time trying to localize where the issues are coming from.
Well, let's start with running a full diagnostic on the sensors. Level 1.
Oh
That
wow.
will
That's
take a
like level
long
one,
time.
but
I wanna
Level
start
one
off like a level
diagnostics are the
3.
most exhaustive.
yeah.
and-
No, I know. That takes like 2 days.
I think it's 6 hours by the book.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want something that you can get done in a matter of hours, you're looking at a maybe level 3 diagnostic, level 2 if you're really good about it.
Well, since I know that I can do a better job than others, let's do a level 2.
Love the confidence.
Oh,
All right,
that's
go
the
ahead
Andorian
and
confidence for you.
yep, go ahead and roll me a let's call it control or reason with engineering difficulty 3.
All right. Refresh me on this. So I change complication range.
No. So the difficulty is how many successes you need to get.
Yeah. All right. No, because remember, it's been like months since I played this.
Yeah. So yeah, you just pick whatever stats are your highest, either control in engineering or reason in engineering. Select however many dice from your task roll, then push the little Starfleet icon and it'll roll the dice.
How many dice do I get?
2 normally.
Right. All right. So then,
And is Commander Yolan rolling an assist on this or doing something else?
If you'd wish.
so I could use like the intense scrutiny shit. I can't remember what that one does. It's the stuff I forgot to write down.
Was that a talent?
Yeah. Look at the talents. That one. Does that reduce the number of something? Shit. Sorry, I was doing this while the.
Does anyone have the intense scrutiny talent off the top of their head, or the page number?
I do not have that one.
1 second, I've got it on intensive scrutiny. Tellarite or Games Master's permission.
Intense
Oh, no, that's
scrutiny won't help
incisive.
you here because it's not an extended task.
Okay. Bold engineering. I know my ship and jury rig. Jury rig won't help there. This isn't my ship, so.
I believe with bold, I think you could buy threat to add dice.
Well, you could have Yolan assist.
That's true. That
And
is a good point.
also ask if you have any focus.
Yeah, Yolan, can you help me with this?
What do you need?
We're gonna do a level 2 diagnostic in like 5 hours.
All right, let's knock this out.
Let's do it. All right.
All right, so Alex, you're gonna roll 2 dice, and Lieutenant Commander Yolan's gonna roll 1.
That was a practice.
Oh, you didn't.
Yeah, you
have to
didn't. Yeah, you have to select an attribute as well. So that definitely
Yeah.
was practice, because I believe you
There
actually
you
have had successes. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that does it.
You know, you just gotta warm up.
Just gotta get it out of my system.
Now we just need to see if Yolan gets us any momentum.
Nice.
Hey,
And he gets us 2 momentum.
Sure
So we
does.
did
So,
a level
so,
2
Hell
in
yeah.
5 hours.
so you guys
I
are
like
at the
it.
4. So as you guys rush through the level 2 diagnostic, while being berated by this Klingon commander about why it's taking so long, you do notice that the sensors that they're attempting to install in the system is not that compatible with Klingon technology. I mean, it is Federation going to Klingon. So you guys just have to work out some bugs in the, I don't know, the power system, let's call it, to make it compatible with the ship systems. But you guys are able to, the best of your knowledge, get it to a working order, and the ship seems to be ready to go.
All right. So we fixed it. I like that. Cool.
Yes.
Bingo. I'm going to take an extra determination.
All right, so who wants to do anything else before we move on?
I was gonna nip down to our engineering, but Captain can go first.
I would like to the Klingon cloaking device to install it on our ship.
Swear to God.
That's the Andorian way, man.
Moving on.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Anyways,
So, quick question: do we assume that he gotten my injuries healed from when I took a tumble last episode?
Oh yeah. That was it's been like a week and a half. So you guys are all back to full health, full stress. Any complications or issues are gone.
oh yeah, that role he had us make at the end of the last episode was just to mess with us,
Yeah,
Mhm.
it really was.
and to sink all of his remaining threat just to have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is
Right.
there
Well,
anything
if
else
there's
that-
nothing else, we'll move on to actual scene 1, and we'll take away a point of momentum, and Captain can read his log.
Hell yes. All right. Am I good to go?
Yeah.
Captain's log. Stardate 53101.3. It has been a week and a half since our exploration of what Starfleet has since called the Shal-Us system, a shorthanded portmanteau of the names of the species who once inhabited it. During that mission, our ship sustained some serious damage to numerous systems. Chief Engineer Vada and Ensign Granger really put their noses to the grindstone to get us up and running again. Unfortunately, some of the damage we received was to some of the more complicated elements of the computer core and communications relays. This facilitated a full return to Narendra Station to undergo complete repairs and resupply. We even received a couple minor tweaks to our sensor arrays. This gave our crew some much-needed shore leave. Some opted to help out around the station and the ship, while some decided to seek out recreation. Now that our repairs are complete, we're ready to get back out there. But first, Starfleet has a little errand for us to run while we're on our way. During the time spent on shore leave, a few small Federation Klingon joint research outposts were set up. We've been tasked with accompanying the IKS Mapul alongside the first supply convoy to Array 3-5 to help facilitate its preliminary operations. Escort missions aren't exactly my cup of tea. There's always that lingering paranoia that comes with them. But still, I can't wait to see one of these deep space research stations up close and personal. End log.
All right, so because you guys got a little bit of a upgrade to your sensors, for the duration of this mission, anytime you guys use sensors for anything, I will allow you to re-roll 1d20.
Hell yes.
Ooh.
This is just for the duration of this mission. So once this mission's over, it goes away.
Neat. Neat. Yeah.
And so because you guys are escorting civilian ships, by warp factor 7, this is normally like a 1-day journey. However, it's probably about a 3-day trip because you guys are escorting convoys, unshielded convoys. They probably have at best warp 5 engines, if that. So you guys are going rather slow, and on top of that, you have to kind of avoid some electromagnetic disturbances on the way as well. So it's really slowing you guys up. So this will be another opportunity to role play. You guys can do duty shifts, any hobbies, and anything you guys want to experience while aboard the ship in your escort duty. And go.
Wait, quick question. So there's a Klingon vessel accompanying us, correct?
Yes, you guys are escorting 4 convoy ships, civilian cargo ships, and then it's you and the Klingon ship is both escorting this convoy.
Okay, so I do have one question. What class Klingon vessel is this?
Ooh, that is a good question, and I'm gonna have to actually dig for that answer. I think it's just a normal. Yeah, it's a bird of prey.
Okay,
be
it's
a Burrell.
prey. So we're bigger than them.
I believe they're a scale 5. Let me pull up the sheet. I think they're a scale
Burrell
5.
should not be a skill 5.
All right. Well, the ship is a
Holy
scale
hell.
5. Yeah, the ship is scale 5.
Then yes, they're the same size as us.
Okay,
Well,
that's
yeah,
probably
same bird.
not a
There
Burrell.
are a couple different birds of prey. There's the Burrell class, which is a size 3, or the Cavort class.
Could be a Nokvar class.
Oh yeah. Which I think is in the Beta Quadrant book.
I'm just pulling personal knowledge here, not sourcebook knowledge. So
Yeah, I mean, it also could not even have anything to do with the size of the ship, but the size of the armaments on the ship.
Yeah, so
Yes.
it's one of those
and
things
it-
where
and
I'm
it's a-
asking only because I'm curious.
Yeah, it's a Klingon cruiser Cavort class bird of prey.
Okay, so they're the same size as us,
I had to look that up. Sorry, guys.
more or less. They are more or less the same size.
Right.
mm-hmm. It's interesting the Klingons have dedicated a ship of this power to
So,
a convoy.
I want to say that for this mission, I have some. I don't want to say it's exactly a standing order, but especially now that we know that we have this Klingon vessel with us, I want to test out these new sensors. I want to do what this ship does best and keep the sharpest eye out that she possibly can. We're not built for escort missions, but if we can take what we do best and turn it into something for an escort, we'll do that. So I want my ops officer keeping the closest eye he can on those sensors the whole time.
Hi, sir.
So while we're en route, is there anything that anyone wants to do, anyone wants to interact with?
Yes, I would like to interact with the commander.
Varro?
Yes.
All right.
Commander, can I have a moment of your time, please?
Very well. The observation lounge, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
And we head back to the observation lounge.
First of all, sir, I would like to apologise for how I talked you in front of the holodeck the other day. It was rude.
It's all right, Lieutenant.
I am trying to drill the rest of the helmsmen on this ship to be competent, which they are not. I even have Evans as a witness, as he also beat them in a race, quite handily.
I just kind of lean forward and smile a little bit, and I say, yes, there are elements of this crew that need to be drilled. However, I'm sure that we can get them ship-shape.
As you guys are talking, you notice that the lights in the observation lounge kind of flicker on and off.
Computer report. Did we have a power outage?
Negative.
They're not supposed to do that, Commander.
Analyze lighting in observation lounge.
The
Level
computer
5.
answers back, all lights appear to be functioning within normal parameters.
Alright.
Okay, well, I was just wondering if you had time during a free period, if you would like to join in one of my training sessions. Maybe you could help inspire them, because apparently they don't like being called idiots all the time.
Yes, Lieutenant, I'm sure we could work something out to that degree.
Thank you very much. I will leave you to whatever it is you wish to do now, sir.
Dismiss, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
Alright, Ops, check your direct message.
It's not me, right?
No, Ops is Yolan, I believe.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't think that's me.
You got the direct message, right?
I get it. I'm just trying to think of the action to take.
Okay.
So, Evans?
And I guess like to try to ask the computer what was being displayed on my display.
Yeah. So as you're doing your sensor scans, that's kind of what you're noticing from the scans.
Captain, we have some strange readings on the sensors. I keep seeing things, but they keep disappearing.
Things that keep disappearing?
They're appearing on sensors, but then they're just randomly coming in and out.
Well, presumably you have, if they're fading in and out, you have some kind of logs of what they're like when they're fading in. What do they look like?
I'm not sure if he describes them. They happen so quickly.
That's very concerning. See if you can find some way of averaging out the sensor scans to get us a complete picture.
Captain, recommend we contact the Klingon ship and see if their sensors are picking up anything similar.
Agreed. Hang on, it's Captain Grennan to Mapole.
Go ahead, Captain.
Are you seeing anything on your sensors?
We are having more issues with the sensors. Apparently, your engineering team did not fix the problems we're having.
Yes, we did.
I believe you're what's the name of this captain?
Oh, cool.
Hang on, how do you spell that?
Where is it? AKUL.
And it's a captain, right?
Yes.
I believe you're mistaken, Captain Akul. My engineering crew is most capable.
Well, then why are my systems turning out? Why are my systems having problems that they fixed it?
Are they the same problems that you were having before?
These are totally new problems, Captain, and I blame your crew. End transmission.
Pleasant guy, ain't he? And I look at Varro.
Typical Klingon.
Still,
He
I
could have
trust
told us
my
what-
engineering crew, and if Captain Akul is having problems, this might be something bigger.
Agreed.
Quick question: who's at tactical?
That'd be Evans.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be me assuming I'm on shift.
Yeah, I think we can assume we're all.
I have
This is
a question.
Alpha.
Am I just reading passive readings on sensors, or have I done like a sensor sweep already?
Oh yeah, as I said, I wanted him to. This was. It sounds like he just picked this up on passive sensors. I want him to try like making a active scan.
All right, then I'm gonna try to do an active sensor sweep.
Your sensor sweep reveals nothing in the. It reveals nothing. Like it's as far as you can tell, it's just space.
Captain. Is anything going wrong? The computers seem to be going a little slower than usual.
Wait, you said that?
That was me.
Okay. Slower than usual. What do you mean?
They don't seem to be processing as quickly as they should be.
That's not good. I tap on my comm badge. Captain Grennan to God damn it. Captain Grennan to Vada.
Go ahead, Captain.
We seem to be having trouble with our computer systems. Furthermore, the other vessel is having trouble of their own. Everything all right down there?
We're getting reports from all over the ship of weird glitches, lights flickering on and off, computer response time slower. We're trying to trace the problem now, sir.
I don't like this.
Captain, recommend we go to yellow alert.
Agreed.
Captain, we
I
also
press
had
the
lights
button
going on and off in the observation deck.
Yeah, Really? Yeah, I don't like this. I press the button on my command chair, and I go, "Ship, going to yellow alert."
That be our official sound for it now.
That's part of the new upgrades.
Is it a nice homey feel?
Everybody always hears a baby whine.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Well, just wait till Red Alert.
I turn to Lieutenant Commander Yolen. I say, Lieutenant Commander, send a message over to the pool, suggesting that they go to yellow alert as well. We're having trouble of our own.
Understood, Captain.
So do we get any kind of reply from them?
The Klingon just send a text, basically just a worded message back that Klingons are always ready for a fight.
Yeah.
Very good.
Except when they're not. So can I down in
I have a
engineering like run a
question.
system?
I have a question, and it's one of those things that I don't know if it would be meta knowledge or not for my character to know this. How close is this trip bringing us to the Romulan neutral zone?
I would imagine. Well, I really need to draw a map, but so you know how the last mission had you kind of close to the Romulan border?
Yeah.
I would say this relay station is probably 3/4 of the way between that planet and Narenda Station.
Right, so reasonably close, but not close enough that it should be having an effect
Okay.
if something was inside the neutral zone.
Okay. It's like we're not just like skirting the neutral zone.
No. Like you're in the Shackleton Expanse. You know, you're not, as far as you're aware, you're not close to anything Romulan.
Okay. All right. Then Captain Grennan isn't even considering that right now. Because odd sensor ghosts.
I mean, Varro's considering it.
Right, but okay, but so for me, yes, for me right now, the most concerning thing are the sensor ghosts. Because even though both of our ships are having trouble, the biggest danger to these convoys right now are if something comes at us.
Captain, I'm gonna play a hunch here. Lieutenant Commander Yolan, run a sensor sweep for tachyon wakes.
I think running sensor suite for tachyons.
And as far as you can tell, it's just open space.
Nothing coming up.
All right, Captain. Looks like we're not dealing with a large amount of cloaked ships then.
Yeah. I don't know whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Captain, could it be the new sensors installed?
Right now, I think we need. Right now, I think we need to deal with.
Captain, sensors have detected an explosion aboard the Klingon vessel.
Captain Grennan to IKS McCool. Are you all right over there?
There's no response to hails.
No, just by the way, I missed what he said. I couldn't hear it.
There was an explosion aboard the other ship.
An explosion. Okay.
What does the ship look like?
Hang on.
Klingon vessel just dropped out of warp.
What?
Signal a convoy to drop out of warp.
No. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Klingon vessel just dropped out of warp.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. No, but
You're really distant.
that what was the captain saying? What?
Yeah, and I'm saying signal the convoy to drop out of warp. Lieutenant, drop us out of warp as well. Find out what's going on with that ship.
Yes, sir.
Bring us around, Mr. Pend.
As you guys drop out of warp, the ship shakes as if it was struck by something.
What the hell is going on here?
Captain, we've been struck by an electromagnetic pulse.
God's sake.
Magnetic pulse.
What next?
And as you guys look around in the space ahead of you, you guys kind of see like a bunch of blue electromagnetic energy, like blue streaks of electromagnetic energy kind of filling the space around your ship and around the convoy.
Well, that's not good.
Tholians.
Lieutenant Commander, what are we looking at here?
Can I run another sweep at this point, or is it still blocked?
Sorry, what was that?
Can I run a sensor sweep now, or is it going to be the same?
It's just what I just described is what you see out there.
What about the other ships?
What are you asking about the other ships?
Are they still in one piece? Do we have visual on them?
The convoy seems to be intact. They all followed your order, and the Klingon ship is not responding to the hails, but they still seem to be there. But
We have
they
flag
are,
signs on the
but they
Klingon
are,
ship.
but they are damaged.
Yeah, Lieutenant Commander Yolan, can you get me a scan of their ship? See if you can get me any kind of damage report?
I Captain, attempt to scan ship.
Your scanners are having it trouble breaking through the shields of the ship. However, you do notice that the warp drive is offline aboard their ship.
So they're dead in the water.
Yes.
I don't like this.
I'd like to expand my telepathic sense and see if I'm picking up anything outside of our ship.
Ooh.
No.
Is that a no to doing that or a no to picking up anything?
No to picking up anything.
Just no. Just no.
Okay.
You could, but I'm not going to allow it.
Oh dear.
Can my
Captain,
antenna
I'm
do
not
anything?
sensing anything out there.
Again,
I guess, and then we're gonna go ahead and move into scene 3. So I got you guys down to 1 momentum.
I was gonna say, I again don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Sentience would give us something to work off of at least, but I don't detect anything out there.
Oh, and I guess I did make a mistake. You can scan the entities to learn stuff. I'm sorry.
What?
Right now,
What's that?
and the eddies.
Yeah, like the electromagnetic energy that's out there. So to scan that, it's going to be either reason with security, science, or engineering, assisted by the ship's sensors and science. Difficulty 3.
I got a
You
10-5
mean
on
difficulty
that.
2 because we have the
Sensors.
advanced sensors.
Yes.
And I got a 10-5 on that. You want me from engineering?
And
Well,
don't forget, we do get to re-roll a die because
Right.
of that trait.
All right. You want me to roll it?
Well, it's the ops position. You are
Oh.
at the
I'm
engineering
in-
panel.
Wait, who's
To
it?
be honest, this whole time I
Ops.
thought I was down in
Oh.
engineering. My fault.
This should be Yolan making this roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, what was it going to be again? My control and engineering was an option?
It's going to be your reason with either security, science, or engineering, whichever is higher. Then this task can be assisted by the ship's sensors and science.
I'll roll for the ship.
It's just a normal 2 test roll.
Yeah, just a task roll with 2 dice.
Okay. Let's see if the ship generates us any momentum. Yes, it does.
Okay.
We're at 2 momentum now.
Yay.
Oh yeah.
And I think Yolan, I think you have a talent that helps you here. Don't you have a talent that's like if you do well on your sensors stuff?
I can re-roll something when it's like sensor related.
Okay, but there's one other thing that I think you get. If you're operations, yes, here we go. When the operations manager succeeds at a task assisted by the ship's computers or sensors, or using a tricorder, the character generates a bonus momentum which may only be used on the obtained information spend. So basically what's going to happen is he's going to tell us some info about what you find with the sensor readings, and then we get a free question.
Cool. So here's the first information.
Captain, the proximity of the electromagnetic entities is having a direct effect on the convoy ships. I think an adjustment to the ship's shield modulation should be sufficient to insulate the ship from the worst of the effects, though.
That's good to hear. And this is where I'm going to ask the question. Are these eddies a natural interstellar phenomenon?
One moment, please.
Or we could ask about the meaning of life, but sure, we'll go for that one.
It has to be a relevant question.
It's relevant.
After some analysis, it seems that the eddy drift patterns suggest that they are not naturally occurring.
And you just see Harmon's face tighten up. He says, I was afraid of that.
Yes.
And you guys got one more momentum from that roll. And
Oh, yeah, we did.
I think we should just bank it.
Banking could be good. Also, we could ask about the directionality that the waves are coming from. You know, if we're heading into them, or if they're perpendicular to us.
I suppose. I personally would rather bank it.
All right.
So it is at this point I want to place the ship on red alert.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, the baby's asleep right now.
Okay. Shields up. Red alert.
Yes, I have you guys at 2 momentum.
Oh boy. I need you to bring us right alongside the convoy. I need to be ready for us to intervene should someone decide that they want to pull out a surprise attack.
Yes, sir.
Captain might recommend sending over a small engineering contingent to the Klingon ship, see if we can help them get back up on their feet again.
Their ships are up. Their shields are up, correct?
Currently, yes.
And we have no way of communicating with them, so we can't get them to lower their shields.
I didn't realize their shields were up, so.
So we can't send over
Fix
any kind
that.
of a team to them right now.
Right. And do these do the ships of the convoy have shields of their own? Are they shielded
No.
ships? Okay.
Yeah, the civilian convoys do not have shields and they do not have weapons.
However, Lieutenant Pend,
Yes, sir.
can you get us in close enough to the ships that we could extend our shields to surround them?
I could get close to him. I don't know about the shields.
Lieutenant, sorry, that would be, Lieutenant Commander Yolan? What's the feasibility of that?
Is that even in my department, really?
Yeah, shield management is ops. Or tactics,
So-
depending on the situation.
So, you guys think that you could potentially extend your shields around some of the ships, probably not all of them, but it's gonna really be a drain on your power resources, and it's gonna lower the resistance of the shields.
I again stroke my chin and I say, Lieutenant Evans, I want you to put together a contingency in case we have to extend our shields around any of the convoys. We're not doing it yet, but I want you to prepare that trick in case we have to pull it out of the hat.
As you guys are talking, you are hit with another electromagnetic pulse, and it shakes the ship kind of violently, and some sparks fly out from a couple consoles.
Damage report.
Can roll that.
There's no need to roll them. It's just some ODN conduits blew and just need to be replaced.
We can't keep waiting here. How many ships are there in this convoy?
There's 4 and the Mapao. And don't forget what the ops officer said in his initial scan.
Stay here. Great.
What? The sensor ghosts?
When it was first struck by the pulse, I believe he said something about the shields.
What about them?
Said we could modulate them to potentially block out this interference.
Oh, well, yes, please do that.
Alright, so I'll begin working on the modulation.
All right, so this is going to be a difficulty 2 task. It's reason and engineering or reason and science, assisted by the ship's structure and engineering. So I don't know if you guys want this to be the engineering role.
Yeah, this seems like a good engineering role.
All right. What were the things again? I'm sorry.
Reason and engineering or reason and science.
Reasoning engineer it is.
Am I the one doing this?
This is the engineering panel.
Now, does anyone have applicable focuses?
What would the applicable focus kind of be with this one?
Probably shield management, shield modulation, shields, shield
Power
repair, something like
systems?
that. Probably not, because this is remodulating the shields.
No, that's true. But I could put more power into them. Just going with something here. Just going with it. It's kind of how it's always worked with Ed and I. Is just me say shit and then maybe he'll say yes.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want me to go for it, or has anyone got anything for it?
I think it's your task.
Go ahead, Ensign.
How'd that do?
And I just need the ship's secure, or I need the ship's structure and engineering.
Okay, I'll roll it. What did you say? Structure engineering?
Yep.
One die.
All right, you guys bank 2 momentum from that, and as soon as the ensign modulates your shields, any vibrations from the ship and the electromagnetic pulses cease.
How are the other ships holding up?
The
Can we hail the other ships?
Yeah, can we hail the ships in the convoy? I need status reports from them as well.
All right, so the convoy reports back that they are experiencing some glitches in their systems, but nothing they can't handle, and they are kind of getting eaten up by the electromagnetic disturbances.
Lieutenant Commander, is there a direction these electromagnetic eddies are originating from? Can we position ourselves between the convoy and the origin point?
Can I
I see. Create an electromagnetic shadow, if you would. Cast over the convoy.
So the scan for that is going to be reason and science, assisted by the ship's sensors and science, difficulty 3, which I guess is difficulty 2. Yep.
Yeah. But it's good if you get that original one to us so that we can then know what we're dealing with. Okay, need a success from the ship.
What's the ship rolling?
Sensors.
Yeah, sensors and science, I believe.
Oh, well then its difficulty should be going down.
It is. It is. It's difficulty 2.
Oh, you accounted for that already? Alright.
No, he said difficulty 3, and then we bumped it down to 2.
I'm just saying, so he accounted for that. Got it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
We bank our momentum.
Sensors.
Do you want me to try to roll again? Because my technical expertise allows me to re-roll one die once being helped by the computer.
You're right.
So you should re-roll that 0. We can
Re-roll that
potentially get
0.
full momentum. So roll like a task roll 1.
Complication, here we come.
Okay. We're full up on momentum.
All right, so you guys have 2 momentum banked, and here's the info.
Nice.
All right, Captain. The electromagnetic eddies are in a region are actually components of a much larger interstellar cloud that is spanning part of this sector of the expanse. The cloud consists of gas, dust, and plasma.
Okay. Well, we get a free question because of your whole thing.
Right.
So,
So
what
would
do we
the
want
first
to
question
ask?
be the feasibility of the maneuver I proposed? See if we can
Yeah.
shield the ships directionally.
Wait,
Yeah.
where did the info go? Missing this?
Oh, yeah. I direct messaged the person that's doing the scans.
Gotcha. I thought
So-
you were saying that to everyone.
Yeah, so then this way it's their responsibility to report on what their instruments are telling you.
Gotcha. My fault. I was sitting here looking everywhere.
So I will veto the question just because you are in the region of space and you're kind of surrounded. So there's not really a place you can move other than getting out of this region of space via warp.
All right.
And we are not abandoning these ships. So
Can we
let's-
see how far, like, what the shortest way to get out of this region would be?
You estimated that it's just heading toward the outpost is probably the shortest way out.
Okay, the biggest. Okay. In that case, we just need to get moving.
Right.
I
Well,
have an
Sir, the Klingons are still disabled. Their power's off.
correct. Correct.
So we can't
But
get.
our
Random.
there's nothing we can do about that right now. They aren't answering our hail, and their shields are
Have you tried the hail again? The scene?
When was the last time we hailed? Like 5 minutes ago?
Before we dropped out of warp. We should probably try hailing them again.
Suppose. Try hailing them again.
And as you hail the ship, the Cleon captain appears on the view screen.
There you are, Captain.
I am having trouble with my engines. My thrusters, impulse, warp drive are all offline.
Damn it, what is going on here?
We can have our ops officer send you what we've learned so far about the regional instability that's affecting our systems. Hopefully that should help you come up with countermeasures of your own.
That won't help me if my engines are offline. I'm a sitting duck here.
Can you put down your shields? We'll send over an engineering team.
Make it quick, Captain. I don't want to be defenseless when the enemy comes.
Good. As soon as you receive our beam over, put your shields back up. Put your shields down on our signal.
Very well, Captain. Make it happen.
Cut comms.
Engineering team to transporter room 1.
So the question is, who's going?
I want. Hang on. I want Zoltan to go over with maybe 2 engineering officers and a security officer.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, sir. All right. So then, I grab 2 engineering people and a security guy, and we go over the transporter. Do our thing.
Okay. So as you get to the transporter pad, you notice that the electromagnetic disturbances swirling around the ship is going to make transporting difficult.
Yeah, I should have anticipated that.
It's okay. I got a lot
Better
of
than
good
trying to
experience
fly
with
a shuttle
transporters.
in this.
So,
Focus and transporters. I could probably help you out.
We could also bring our ship into close range. Then that should make transporting significantly easier.
That's true.
Right.
If we actually were to get closer and maybe have our just one, would that make it simple so no one has to drop them? Because that happens. Never. Thinking about it. I'm thinking of the wrong. Sorry, wrong sci-fi thing.
So what I say is that we position ourselves so that we're close to the ship, but I want it so that if we have to, we can open like I want our weapons systems facing out towards where the convoy is, so that if something drops out over the convoy, we can open.
Agreed.
Lieutenant Penn, think you can make that kind of maneuver?
I don't know, sir. It sounds rather difficult.
Well, that's why we've got you here.
Yes, sir.
All right, so for the maneuver that the captain, we'll go ahead and do a control con task, difficulty 2.
Difficulty that should be difficulty 1 actually, because what's the talent you have?
Oh yes, push limits when there's an increase in difficulty due to environmental conditions or damage to the engines. Reduce the difficulty by 1 to a minimum of 1.
Okay, so it'll be a difficulty 1 assisted by the ships. Let's call it the con and the engines.
Is there even a point of me using a focus for this?
I mean, you
Yes.
get bonus momentum that you have to spend immediately.
Oh hey, we might be able to create some kind of an advantage for ourselves.
Sure.
That's true.
Could I use helm operations or combat maneuvers?
Helm ops.
Helm ops.
Yay!
What do you roll?
I'm rolling con and control.
Oh.
Guys, I can do anything.
Okay, so we have 3 bonus momentum that we have to spend immediately now, or we just lose it.
Can we use that for an advantage for the
The
Teleporter?
or transporter.
Yes.
Yeah, let's
Oh, yeah.
spend those 2 to create an advantage where having the shields in close proximity negates the electromagnetic interference. Or having the ships in close proximity, rather, not the shields.
Is
Yeah.
it possible to use the extra one that we have for me to find out is there a efficient way to maneuver out of this little phenomenon?
So yeah, the next time we make a maneuver, it'll be a little easier.
Yeah.
Would that be a satisfactory spend of that last momentum?
Well, I'm gonna because that for me that's an advantage. So you need 2. So
Okay, never
I
mind.
want to spend 1 momentum.
We could spend 1 from our bank. I
Yeah.
think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So he got us into such a good position that the beam over does not have an increase in difficulty. But not only that, when we're leaving this position, whatever the circumstances may be, we've got ourselves in a good position to get moving again.
Yeah, we're oriented in such a way that getting out of the position we're in will be very easy.
okay, that's good with me.
Okay.
In order to transport over through the electromagnetic interference, it is going to be control and engineering or science. The base is difficulty 2. I'm going to spend 4 momentum.
You mean threat?
Yeah, 4 threat. Make it 6 threat. To as you guys are attempting to transport over, the electromagnetic energy kind of swarms around the ship, making it a difficulty 3 task,
All right.
and negating your advantage.
Can I manage
What about
the transporters? I
the
got
ship's talent?
What's the ship's talent?
Advanced sensor suites, because isn't it going to be assisted by the sensors?
No,
What is it assisted by?
nothing.
What?
It's assisted by Zoltan. That's all you need.
The ship is being used to do something here.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
You guys could be
transporter
right.
checks.
I don't think it's
are-
a sensor's role, though. I think it's a computer's role.
Oh,
I think.
never mind.
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
my mistake.
more likely computers.
Huh. Okay.
Let me just double check, see where they throw transporters.
Yeah, because transporters don't really neatly fit in anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the game book doesn't even have anything assisting this, and that's why I said no. But we'll double check.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure transporters are like an established thing in the book
Right.
as to how you're
Yeah.
supposed to handle them.
Okay, it is sensors.
Okay, so yeah, the difficulty should go down by 1.
I'll
Is
still keep it at.
sensors
I'll still keep it
engineering
at.
or science?
I still want it at 3 though, so I'll spend 2 more thread. I still want the difficulty at 3.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
I'll buy that if it means that you have to burn more threat.
So is
So
that,
I
is
have
that
6.
8?
I have 6 threat left.
Okay. And is that engineering or science for department?
Yeah.
So it's control plus engineering, or it's control and either engineering or science, assisted by the ship's sensors and what's the other
Engineering,
system?
right?
I mean,
Engineering makes sense.
I was like, I'm gonna be in the transporter room anyways. So
Sensors and science, I would say.
Oh.
Okay.
Am I allowed to assist here? I mean, since I'm not going, I could actually control this, like transporting them.
I literally couldn't hear anything.
He's
He's
asking if you
try-
could assist.
Yeah, someone's trying to argue that they can assist using their, what did you say, control science or control science.
So this task is either going to need to be done either in the transporter room or from the ops. The only thing that can assist is the ship.
I'd
Well-
say do it from the transport.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I'd spend at least 1 momentum to juice your roll.
All right. I got a 12-5 on my control.
So
And engineering,
and
so I
then
mean,
Alex,
I could
because you're
set
the
it
one
up.
being Alex, because your character's the one being beam over, it would have to be somebody else.
No, man, I can set it up.
Well, then
On
I'd
the
say
light.
that's Yolan.
I've seen
Yolan
it done
from
on the
Ops.
show.
Yeah, then Yolan will do it.
Just out to say, if you
So
want,
he'll make the roll.
do you want to spend 2 more? Because I'll probably get it back with the next con task.
You want to spend 3 momentum to give him this roll?
Yeah, it's a difficulty freeze. Let's just make sure nothing goes fucking
Yeah,
wrong.
I agree. So you're gonna.
If I do it, I do get a reroll of computer on myself, you know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, actually, yeah. Let's only spend 1 because we do get to re-roll 1 of these dice.
Okay, so
Alright.
are we down to 4 then?
Yeah.
And aren't we
yeah,
already
4.
spending 2?
No, we're spending 1 to give him an extra die.
Yeah, well, we were at 5. Now we're down to 4.
Well, because we
Right, I
had the
have
3
I
extra.
have focus
We had the 3
and
extra momentum, spending 2.
Wait.
Yeah, but
what's
we already
the
spent those
transporter
great
system?
advantages for ourselves.
Oh, I thought we were spending 2 on there. Sorry.
Transporters, so that helps as well.
Okay, gonna roll.
Yeah, if you have a focus on transporters, then yes, you can use that focus.
Can you remind me? Oh, never mind. I can see that. So what if I just do a normal 2, and then after somebody would get a computer roll?
What?
No, you're gonna make your task roll 3 because you spent 1 momentum.
And what are the attributes and disciplines? Is that control engineering?
It's either control and engineering or control and science, whichever is higher for you.
Oh, that's pretty.
Nice.
Okay, so we
Like
got
the
2 momentum.
best.
That's a pretty roll.
God, you guys are. Why can't you guys roll like last week?
Just dog
Or the
shit.
week before.
We got a swing going on here. It's a pendulum, okay?
Look, okay, all of our bitching and moaning over the past week is what's brought this upon us.
And in all fairness, I'd like to say the last 2 sessions, I've not really been doing much flying. So don't put this on me.
So it's true.
I
All right.
haven't
So
Alex,
Ensign Zoltan, your crew successfully transports over to the Klingon vessel with these signals of lower your shields now and stuff. It all goes off without a hitch. And as you get there, you notice that the crew is just very angry, very pissed off. The captain is pissed off that the ship is not working, and he orders you to get to engineering and fix his damn engines now.
All right, I'll go over there. Which way? Me and the team go down there and immediately start looking around, try to run a quick diagnostic on the course.
So as you get there to engineering, you notice that the engineering crew is frantically trying to get at least its impulse engines back online so that they can at least move the ship.
Okay.
So the engineering kind of points you in the direction of what you would need to do. So the task roll, we'll go ahead and make that a let's go control and engineering, difficulty 2 task.
All right,
Would you like a
I
momentum?
got this. No, I'm good. I got this.
He does.
You got this.
He
Don't question me.
yeah, he's got it.
And
Just barely on one of those. You rolled a 16.
so you go over to where the Klingons are looking at their ship. You look at the system they're working on. You grab a hammer. You beat the system. The engines come back on.
Nice.
To quote the value that I've seen in that other game, if at first you don't succeed, use a larger spanner.
Damn right. I fixed it to Klingon, so they respect me. All right, what's next, bitches?
Can you actually say that to them, please?
That's what I'm saying to the. I'm saying that to their. All right, bitch.
Oh, no, you
What next do
gotta
you need fixed?
I think you've done enough, Andorian.
Ooh, that's right.
Pretty sure you got other systems down. I just fixed one in 5 seconds. Come on, what's up?
Well, fine. If you really want to fix our ship, get our warp back on.
All right. Go over.
All right, so it's going to be control and engineering, difficulty 5.
Okay.
Would you like some
Mad being a
momentum?
dick.
I'd spend some momentum, maybe a determination if you got a value.
Yeah, do you have a value here?
Oh yeah, that first one will do it.
That's true. I love knowing I can do a better job than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So
So you want to spend that for the crit?
Sure.
and how many dice
So-
do you want?
I'd get another 2 dice,
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
drop us down to 3 momentum.
drop us down
So
to
you're-
3 momentum, and then
Cast roll 4 with 2 successes already.
Wait, if we're
And-
buying 2 dice after spending a determination, doesn't the determination count as purchasing a dice essentially?
Oh shoot, it does.
Yeah, so you'll have to spend 5 to get 2 more dice rolls.
We'll probably get it back.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a little much. Can I get
it's a bit much, but I
ooh.
feel like we need it.
Have you got a
How about
focus?
this?
We need this.
Hold on.
We
Let
need
me
their ship. to
jury
get up.
rig. Let me jury rig their warp core. So that'll reduce the difficulty by 2. It'll only last once, but it'll get
That's
us out
all
of the
we
area.
need.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm going to allow it because this actually fits with what's happening next.
Awesome. All right.
So we're jury rigging their warp core. That couldn't possibly.
No.
go wrong.
Excuse me. The great Zoltan is jury rigging their warp core, so it'll be fine.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so I'm gonna buy that dice with the determinant, and that drops it down to a 3 as well. So 3 dice should be good.
Okay, so you're buying 1 extra die.
So you're down to 4 momentum.
No, I meant I was using my
God.
determination, right?
Yeah, you're still using your determination. It's just to buy the other dice to roll 3, you got to spend 2 more momentum.
I'm rolling 3 dice.
Correct.
With a
Alright.
focus.
Yeah, with the focus, but you spent the determination, so that counts as already buying one. So the next purchase costs 2 momentum.
Okay. You guys good with that? So
Yeah.
I'm rolling 3 dice. That's it,
Yeah.
not 4, right?
3 dice.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Oh.
That is 5 successes.
We get the
Right on, like-
momentum back.
No, it was a difficulty 5. We don't get any momentum back.
No, it's a difficulty 3.
Wait, how's it
Yeah.
difficulty 3?
It was difficulty 3 because of his jury rig.
Oh, that's a talent.
However, the warp drive only lasts for this scene.
Can't you spend momentum to increase the duration of the jury rig?
Yes. So you can use 1 momentum per scene.
Got to spend like
Afterwards.
3 of them.
Can we just spend them as needed?
Yeah, you spend them at each. I went and read up
Okay.
on all.
Okay,
That's
so
why
each
they're
time
not-
we transition to a new scene, we have to spend an additional momentum plus the one we lose to keep their engines working.
Yeah.
If we still need their engines working. Got it.
Yeah. At
Right
some point
now-
we can
So,
just bail.
so I'll just go ahead and read jury rigging. So whenever you attempt an engineering test to perform repairs, you can reduce the difficulty by 2. If you do this, however, the repairs are only temporary and will last a single scene plus 1 additional scene per momentum spent repeatable before they fail again. Jury rigged repairs can only be applied once, and the difficulty to repair the device that has been jury rigged increases by 1. So if you want it to last more than 1 scene, you got to spend that momentum now.
Oh, let's
Huh.
spend 2. Let's spend the momentum that you generated from.
Yeah, let's draw ourselves back down to 4.
All right.
That,
So,
that is a fitting way to use that momentum we generate.
power out of the warp core goes back into it.
All right, so they got warp for a bit.
All right.
Yeah.
So now I look over at the chief engineer on their ship. All right, bitch. What now?
How about you get off my ship?
Other stuff's broken. What do you need me to fix? I got 10 minutes.
And as you say that, Klingons kind of grab you and start dragging you toward an escape pod.
All right.
And they
fine.
launch you into space. And with the other 4 members of your crew.
I tap my comm badge. Shit. What's our ship name?
Kismet.
Kismet.
Kismet. We're in the extra vehicular, whatever we're in the escape pod. Could you help me out here? Do a little transport back or tow.
What did you say to them?
They didn't like the fact that I fixed everything.
I repeat, what
Varo
did
just
you
has
say
a
to
bit
them?
of a. Varo is just face palming right now.
Greta just goes, I repeat, what did you say to them?
I asked them if there was anything I needed fixed, and they got upset that I was fixing things. So I said, "Come on, there's other stuff to fix. I've got 10 minutes. Let me fix it, bitch."
That'll do it. All right.
I'm just trying to when and
All right.
Lock track to be on the escape pod.
Hendy's just pissing himself in his seat.
I mean, God, I was gone for 5 minutes. Fixed the whole ship. You're so ungrateful.
This is why it's beta shift. No diplomacy.
All right, so what do you guys? What's the orders here?
Yeah, I want you to tractor beam them into shuttle bay.
Alright, and that would be me, correct?
Tractors are tactical.
Alright, and that's a control security.
All right, hold on. Just as you are about to engage the tractor beam,
Fuck.
your tactical systems give out a loud warning as 3 heavily armored freighters emerge from behind swirls of electromagnetic energy, accompanied by about a dozen small 2-seat fighters. The ships carry no distinctive markings and are standard models of starships commonly used among independent merchants and mercenaries. One of the freighters moves toward the Mapal, and the other two heads toward your vessel. And the fighters head toward the convoy.
Red alert! Red alert!
We've been.
We're already at red alert.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, never mind. I didn't say that.
I'm not panicking. I'm not panicking.
Red alert, red alert, red alert. There's red alert
Okay,
everywhere
if only those
already.
fucking Klingons would have let me upgrade their power systems and their weapons, then they'd be off better.
And so, I believe that will be your turn.
Us.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So this space battle, basically happens in the same way as ground combat works, in that one player goes and then the enemy goes. One player goes, then the enemy goes until everybody's gone. And you can still use momentum to keep the momentum once per scene. But you can only do that like once per round, I should say. You can keep the momentum once per round. And this is where all those tasks that I had you guys read up come into play.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I didn't
So I'll leave it up to the captain to decide which one of your characters gets to go first. And keep in mind, Jensen is still trapped in an escape pod between the two ships.
Oh crap!
Okay. In that case, change of plans. Lieutenant Commander Yolan, beam them out of there now.
Hi, Captain. Beam them out.
Hey guys, I'm looking out the window of the escape pod. Shit over there. Can we get out of here?
Okay, so in order to transport, you guys are going to have to lower the shields.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a minor task.
It is a minor action.
Right, but you can only do it once per round. Like you can't raise and lower the shields in the same round, I believe.
Oh no.
What?
So we're talking gonna get hit, is what you're saying.
Oh, wait a sec. You can spend a momentum for a second minor action.
That's right.
So drop
Oh.
it for free, teleport them, momentum to put him back up.
Yep.
We can do that, yeah.
Yeah, that's legal. Let's go ahead and do that.
I've got
Each minor action taken
I've got
after the first
so
one costs
many
one
fucking
momentum.
pop-ups at the moment, just making sure.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, is this a normal suit test or what?
It's shield is tactical only.
Right. So,
Yeah,
Good.
so with the raise lower, it says a character may not raise and lower shields during the same round.
Oh shit.
shoot.
So,
So you may need to rethink this.
Okay.
so
then
no one else can do
then
the
ba-
shields,
then
can they?
Then back to the original plan of tractor beaming.
Just
All right.
can I ask a question
I got
first?
a little input. I can talk you through it over. We can match the tractor or the teleporting beam so that we can get through.
I thought that was like a hard rule in Star Trek, is that like you can't transport shields like no matter what.
Unless you have
unless
the
you're...
frequency of the shields.
Exactly,
Oh,
which
that's
we
right.
do.
And we do, don't we?
Yes, so
Yeah.
I can talk you through it, and we can do that. So I can assist with comms.
Yeah. Lieutenant Commander Yolan, do that.
Okay, so I'll allow it, and it's going to be assisted by Alex's presence and command, because he's trying to talk them through the comms. And the task is going to be what's that?
Wouldn't Presence engineering work? Because he's trying to like talk him through an engineering.
If you could sell me on the idea, then I'll allow it.
Like that's the thing. It's he's not just saying like, I need to do this. He's like, no, you have to like unplug this wire and then plug in this wire. He's not just like giving him random directions. He's giving him incredibly complicated engineering instructions.
I'm not inspiring. I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
reading an instruction book.
All right. So we'll go ahead and use presence and engineering then.
Okay.
And then for the task roll to beam them through a tractor pulse, I believe is what we're trying to do.
Yep.
That we know
Okay.
the frequency,
Yeah.
so it's almost negated.
So I'm going to need then.
What?
So I think the task is going to be control and either security or science, assisted by the ship's weapons and science.
Hmm.
Right. So we're trying to use the tractor beam. And shoot
Correct. Yeah.
stuff.
Does everybody have that? And then the difficulty for this task, I think I'm going to make the base difficulty is 3. So if you guys have any modifiers, modify it from that.
Well, we got 3 of us
I'd
rolling.
spend a momentum.
Yeah. 1 momentum.
Okay.
Bring us down to 3.
Hi, Tina. I'm being a nerd. Yep, you'll play someday with me. Don't worry.
All right. So does everybody have what I just said? Because I do not remember what I just said.
Yes, there are going to
Sad.
be 3 rolls made, which is Yolan, Zoltan, and the Kismet.
Correct.
All right, let's do it.
So I am doing a transporter roll, right?
Correct.
Do I get any bonuses because of my transporters?
Oh!
Never mind.
It actually doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Yes!
So,
All right.
how much momentum do we get?
2 so far.
We get 3.
So you gain 3 from that.
We're full on momentum.
And with expert knowledge of the controls and expert everything, you're able to push you're able to get the tractor beam lock on the pod, and you just transport the whole thing to a cargo bay.
Nice.
Nice. Hey, what species is Yolan?
Oh, man.
Huh?
Human.
Oh,
Human? Alright, when I get out of the escape pod, I look at Yolan. Alright, if he's not there, I just tap the comm. Hey, Yolan, not bad for a human. Alright.
Whew.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
oh boy, indeed. Yeah.
Hey, I'm beta shift, alright?
All right, and then, what is this task roll? Okay, so that was your first task, so we're gonna move to their turn now. I just gotta check one thing.
Captain, I reckon I should go next because they're one of my talents.
Do you have a talent to keep the initiative?
I do.
Oh, that's right.
So I could create an
Nice.
advantage and pass it to, say, a tactical officer.
That seems like a good move.
Yeah, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
What's our shield strength at right now?
Full.
It's
We're
equal
at
to our
full.
scale, or we're at full shields.
We're at full shields, which is 11.
Just gonna put that there so we know.
Your resistance is 5, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So as you're able to get the transport clear away, one of the freighters that is making a run on you shoots its disruptor banks right at your ship, and you'll take 1 point of damage.
To
Shield,
the shield.
Yeah, to the shields.
Okay.
So it's really just a glancing hit,
So the shield's at 90%.
Mm-hmm.
whatever your shields are at. Yeah.
Like 95%.
All right. Those shields. Keep those shields purring, everyone.
And
what were you going to do, Lieutenant Pend?
So I was going to to use the attack pattern as a contact task.
Lieutenant Penn, attack pattern 7.
Yes, sir. So it is daring plus con with a difficulty of 2, assisted by the ship's weapons plus con. If successful, until my next turn, all attacks made by the ship are reduced by 1. If already at 1, then gain 1 bonus momentum. Costs 1 power.
All right.
Doing this costs a power.
It does, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe doing this cost of power. Firing phasers cost power. Like
Right.
all the tests will tell you if they use power or not. So yeah,
This one
just
does.
just keep track of that.
Ed, can I ask
Okay,
a question
so-
about the smaller fighters?
Go ahead.
If we targeted them, would they classify as, say, one ship in total or each individual?
Ooh, that's a question right there.
It is.
Like, do we have
I
to
think
shoot
that-
at 10 different little fighters, or are we firing in general at one target of fighters?
Well, here's the tactical situation. There is one freighter going after the Klingon vessel. There are 2 freighters coming after your ship, and then there are 10 individual fighters going after the convoy.
Yeah.
So,
We need to protect that convoy first and foremost.
That's why I'm asking.
so I think the fighters, I think I could group into one ship. Yeah, I think I'll group them into one entity for now.
Okay.
Okay.
So I've got a focus
Or-
of combat
Or,
maneuvers.
hold on. Instead of that, I'm going to group them into 4 groups, or 2 groups of 3, and then 2 groups of 2. That's how I'll group them. So there's 4 groups of fighters.
Okay.
Question: shouldn't our power be at 14, not 10?
Yeah.
It is possible.
What?
I did you guys get a power upgrade with a talent
Yes,
or
we have our
whatever?
secondary. Yes.
Yeah,
so
we have secondary reactors.
there we go. 14 current power. So
Yeah,
spent
our
one.
max is 15.
Just making sure everything's right with our ship.
Okay. So I would like to spend a momentum to roll for it.
Okay,
I've,
so I got you down to 5.
pretty sure I can use combat maneuvers as a focus for this.
Yes.
Okay. Fingers crossed I don't fuck up.
Don't crash the ship, Lieutenant.
Yes!
Hey, you didn't
Oh.
crash the ship.
So that's full,
2 momentum.
and we've got 1 extra. Oh, technically we got 2 extra.
Oh my god.
So with
Wow.
that 2 extra, could I create an advantage?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Could the advantage be for our tactical officer next round?
Or we could use it to give the ship some cover.
Ooh,
Oh,
I
that,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like we
Let's do that.
disrupt the fighters' movements.
Yeah, we just kind of like spook them so they.
Yeah, we like do a feint so that they think we're gonna move on, but they don't, so they scatter a little.
Oh,
Disrupt the
Captain, you need to roll a... What was it? Weapons plus con.
Do these
The ship.
little fighters have shields?
Yeah, do the fighters have shields?
I believe they do.
So that's
So that's 1 more momentum.
Or
Yeah.
they do?
Wait. Why
Yeah,
do you
they-
roll 1?
They do have shields.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I didn't even roll for the ship.
yeah.
I
That
just
that
did
was
that.
the.
Oh.
So that's
the attack
technically
pattern.
like the 3 extra that we have. So we're using 2 for the advantage.
And bank the
Right.
1
Right.
goes back up to 6.
Oh, no,
So what are you doing with the advantage?
We're disrupting
shit.
the we want to disrupt the fighters so that they have a harder time getting a weapons lock on the convoy.
Oh, God damn.
Like
Okay.
essentially, we're spooking them with our tactical maneuvering.
Okay.
And I would like to use quick to action and pass the turn order to Evans.
All right.
You're welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Is there a group of fighters that's more of a threat to the convoy than any other group?
So where I have you positioned between the convoy and the hall, there's a group of 3 fighters between your ship and the nearest convoy ship. So it's within, I think I would call that medium range of you.
Just a suggestion: the turn order should be passed to me, not Lieutenant Evans, because I can direct him to do the thing, giving us a better chance at success.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
I'm back.
In all fairness, with attack pattern, the difficulty is already reduced by 1 due to that roll.
Yeah, but we can spend any momentum that we generate to juice our damage.
Right.
By the way, for any engineering things, give me a second. I just got thrown up on.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
For any engineering things, what?
Give him a
second,
second. He just
on.
got thrown up on.
So whoever wants to take the turn, but I just thought, considering
Right.
what I've just done, it would have been better for the tactical officer.
Right. I'm just saying we're still going to take a tactical action, but I'm going to direct it, allowing me to assist as well as the ship to assist and the lieutenant to roll,
Okay.
actually giving us a very strong attack.
Plus, depending on the already difficulty of the roll, if it's already at 1, we automatically get a bonus momentum.
Exactly, and the momentum can be used to juice our attack.
Okay.
And don't forget, we also get the momentum because of array.
Right.
What just happened?
So,
Oh.
He's just made a
I'm
mess
just
of his
thinking forward
pants.
to all the damage we potentially do.
Yeah. This is kind of insane. Okay, so it passes to me, and I use the direct action to say to Lieutenant Evans, disable those ship's weapons.
Yes, sir. Focusing attacks on weapon systems.
Which does not increase the difficulty because we have a talent on the ship.
Yes. The quick
Best
targeting.
targeting systems.
Okay. And what ships are you targeting?
The fighters.
Okay.
Yeah, I assume the ones in between us and the convoy.
Okay.
Well, and the thing is, we can. Here's the thing. I think we have the ability, because there are. We can do a wide beam and hit multiple groups.
Well, what I was gonna say. Well, the groups aren't that close together.
Oh.
So they're spread out, coming from 4 different vectors toward the convoy. So if you imagine the convoy in like a diamond shape, each one of the 4 groups of fighters are going toward their own convoy. So they're not close to each other. They're probably in medium range from each other.
All right.
But what I'll do is, because I grouped them together, like one hit on one will count as one hit on all 3. So it'd be like 3 phaser beams going to hit those 3 ships.
They were
So
going
I'll group them together like that. And they'll share the hits and they'll share the damage.
Right. Make sense? Okay, so Lieutenant Evans, target their weapons. Here.
Yes, sir. Targeting weapon systems.
So that's a weapons security roll for the ship.
And what is that for me?
I think it would be
There's a control security.
Okay. And I have a focus in tactical systems.
Yes, so okay, 2,
All right.
and then I have an argument to use insight security here because I'm pointing out where the ships are most vulnerable.
Ooh.
For my assist roll here.
And that's a basis of your experience, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'll allow that roll.
Okay. So
And then I'll roll
assist
for the
one. Yeah. And then one for the ship.
Oh.
Oh.
God damn it.
I will
It's gonna
bank the
happen.
I will bank the threat.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been hurting for threat for.
This is true.
Well, he was down to 6.
Yeah, I'm up to 9 now.
Yeah, but he started. He must have started this session with what? 14.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I know he spent 6 all at once at one point.
I did.
Okay, so we got 3 successes on that targeting there.
All right, and the difficulty was 2, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the phaser check.
So,
And you went to damage their weapons.
Right.
Correct.
So it's going to be phaser damage.
Okay. Phaser damage. Yeah.
ooh,
That's decently good.
yeah. That's
So that's 8, right?
that's 8, and hang on. I think we have a couple things we can do.
With the effects? Or with the momentum?
Well, hang on. Yeah, versatile 2. That gives us 2 momentum that we can spend on effects.
Okay. And then I must let's see, where's the phaser effects section? Eef.
Bonus damage, penetration, reroll damage, devastating attack.
Ooh, devastating attack sounds nice.
Is that what
It's in the combat momentum spends.
Yeah, where is that?
It
I'm
is
trying to
in.
find the pit.
No, if you go into roll 20 into the journal.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. We have that.
forgot about that. I was just looking at the book.
See, I've got all
Totally
of these
forgotten.
sheets up on my second screen.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Or you can
Yeah,
do like,
that's nice.
like penetration, bonus damage, reroll damage, devastating attack, swift task 2, or power loss 1.
Hmm. No. What did we roll?
I think 8.
We rolled 8.
Yeah, I got you at 8 right now.
Hmm. I don't know what we should spend this on. to be
So
honest.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, the scale of these fighters are 1. So you guys definitely got the breaches to destroy them. So
Yeah, it's like there's really nothing more we can do because we can't
Right.
target anything else.
Okay, I'm back.
We could try a swift task
Yeah.
and attempt an additional task this round. But that's not anything to do with the versatile 2. That's just a momentum spend.
So that's That's the first set of them done. That's
Yeah.
one out of 4.
Cool. All right. So then I think it
Whatever.
passes back to them now because we
Yeah.
just did 2 actions.
all right, so yeah, the group of 3 fighters that was heading toward the convoy closest to you has been obliterated in your first barrage.
You're welcome.
Good. This is how good I am. Also, the lieutenant, he's decent.
Uh-huh.
And you guys noticed that as you guys were looking at the battle, you noticed that the other fighters, probably one group from each fighter veer off and fly into electromagnetic pulses, destroying their own vessels.
Sweet.
Huh.
2 down.
And then there are 4 fighters left that are still heading toward the convoys, and they are within close range of the ships they're heading for.
All right.
That's a problem.
And I believe it will. So that's the fighters. So I believe that passes to you guys again for whoever did not go.
Yeah, who hasn't gone?
I don't think
I was commanded, but I technically went, I believe.
Wait, no. You
Because he
I used
commanded
my
you, you did
action.
not go.
Yeah, so you have not actually gone yet.
And I would like to
Which
state
is also one of the benefits of doing that.
with attack pattern, it's until my next turn, so we still get the bonus for reduced difficulty for attacks.
Yeah.
Oh,
you could-
nice.
You could make
Okay, so
another.
yeah.
You could
So I
make
think-
another attack,
Good,
and
yeah.
by the way, as captain, I can do it again.
Yeah.
Okay,
You guys are welcome.
okay, I'm gonna go ahead and fire on another one of the groups of 2 going at the convoy.
So is it still difficulty 2?
It depends what he's going for.
I think I'd like to. Let's see. I think I'd like to see if I could take out their weapon systems.
Okay, so yeah, it's still difficulty 2
Okay.
So
because
that,
you guys have the
I mean,
sensor
it
test to
doesn't-
reduce
doesn't-
it.
Well, here's the thing: it doesn't really matter because these are size 1 fighters. Any breach we cause will destroy them.
Yeah, that's true.
we'll just not say if it starts at difficulty 2, does it go down to 1 now?
Well, you need 2 breaches to destroy them.
Oh, you
It's-
do?
Okay,
you,
yeah.
you need 1 more their scale.
So, and this way, like, if we miss, or like if we don't completely destroy them, their weapons,
weapons are
may
still
still be out.
Right.
Yeah.
And
call.
we have the added bonus of being able to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll be able to capture them.
Yeah, exactly.
Ed, is the difficulty starting at 2 or was it at 3?
It should be starting at 3, but because of your
Okay.
reduced one, it's at 2.
No, I was just
Alright,
making sure.
Yeah.
What's the ship going to assist with?
Would be weapon security for firing.
Okay. So
Firing on second group of fighters.
Pew pew. Ooh.
okay, you did it.
Okay. Yay.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
See starship.
Gotta
damage,
bring up
damage.
the sheet.
Yeah, I got the ship up.
Okay, so that okay.
How many dice did we roll?
3.
Because I say we spend some of that momentum to.
Wait.
Well, you guys got 5 hits, so it definitely took the shields down, causing 1 breach. Then it did more damage at 0, and you got 5. So you did like 3 breaches. So you guys are
Oh.
good.
They're dead.
These
Oh,
are
so
fighters.
blew
They're
them
not
up.
that hard.
Yeah. Yeah. So your another volley takes out 2 more fighters.
All right.
Oops. Broke them.
Okay. Back to them.
All right. We are going to allow the other freighter to target your ship.
All right.
Yeah, I mean we've kind of been ignoring them.
It was time. Well, hey, if we can take out all of the fighters before the.
Ow!
And the shots just kind of miss your ship totally.
Got it.
Yay.
Yep. Okay, I think I'm going to direct Troy Evans to fire on that last group of fighters.
So there's 2 groups of 1 fighter. They are in close range
Oh,
to the ships, and they are, I would say, they're probably long range at this point.
oh, they are.
Yeah. So you could do it, but it's going to increase the difficulty by 1.
Never mind.
Pretty sure we could get them.
Yeah. we-
However, you do have 2 freighters that are in close range to you currently.
Right, we
And
might
if
wanna
they're
take
that
care of
far
these.
from us, how
Yep.
far are they from the freighter or our
They're-
convoy?
They're close range with the convoy.
we can take. They're 2 fighters. We
Yeah,
can take
and-
them.
And the convoy does not have shields.
Right. The thing we're concerned about here is we're at long range to them. They're at close range to the transports. If we get a complication, we might miss and destroy one of the transports.
Whoops. Okay, I can see the point now.
No confidence. No confidence whatsoever.
Okay, so anyways, I am directing Lieutenant Evans to fire on the most of the freighters.
On the
One
what?
of the freighters.
On one of
Most
them. Okay.
convenient.
The
The
closest.
convenient one.
Yeah.
So that'd be the closest freighter, basically.
Neither are convenient.
Target
right
their
now.
weapons.
All right, targeting weapons on nearest freighter.
Right, so I believe
Accidentally hits
that's
life support.
yeah. So that's still going to be difficulty 2.
All right.
Okay. And I assist with my presence command.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd suggest spending a momentum,
Sounds like a good idea.
just out of our infinite momentum.
Yeah, we were maxed out, so
We're down
How
to
is
5
it that
now.
we're better at combat than at the science thing?
It's because the two
don't
people
ask me.
who haven't been rolling for the last 2 sessions are finally rolling. That's how.
That's true.
Oh, I should probably actually select an amount of. Whoops, that was 0 dice. What?
What?
What happened?
We're only hitting them once. Calm down.
Wait,
I was trying to hit the number 3, not hit task roll 3 times.
All right. Well, I'm going to take the first roll. So there's 2 successes.
I like the
Okay,
third
do
one.
and
it.
then here's the
That's
ship.
fine with me. I don't know how that happened.
Okay, nothing from the ship.
and then let me see what my assist does. Would the focus of team dynamics come into play here?
I'm going to say no,
Alrighty, that's fine.
because you're just directing one person.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, doesn't matter. I did it anyway.
And you guys bank a momentum, and you could roll damage.
Get that momentum back.
Okay, let's see. Damage.
And that's.
There we go.
So,
Oh,
Ow!
Are they
Sex.
okay?
are they alive?
Captain, I accidentally took out the life support system. I apologise.
Okay, so I think what we should probably do with this is we should spend one of our versatiles to get piercing, and
Yeah,
one
that's what I was gonna say.
and one to get the vicious.
Just to say, you could also go for power loss and like
Or I'm sorry, not
removes 1 point of power from them.
or, oh no! I got it. I have it. How much damage are we dealing here?
9?
Doesn't matter. Are they dead?
No, it's 7, not 9.
7,
'Cause
okay.
The effects only count as 1 because we don't have vicious.
Right, okay.
Damn. That's close.
where are you guys seeing that you get effects for versatile?
A little Star
it's,
Trek
we get
symbols.
momentum that has to be spent on the. We get 2 momentum that has to be spent on like the combat spends. I'm pretty sure that's what versatile does.
It just gives you all versatile X says it gains X points of bonus momentum if successful. Oh wait, never mind. I see it now.
Yeah, so we have to spend it on like these combats. That's like the idea.
So
Right.
so you could spend it on bonus damage, penetration, reroll damage, devastating attack, swift task, power loss.
Personally, I think we should go for penetration bonus damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Yeah. I agree.
so we get 1 bonus damage, 1 penetration.
Wait, how big are these freighters?
Scale 3.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so we do penetration 2 and then bonus damage 1.
Okay. So
Okay, so that's
yeah.
taken 8 damage and that ignores 2 points of resistance.
Wait, 8 damage. Oh no.
Yeah, 'cause 1
seven.
bonus.
It's 7 right now.
Right, and then we do bonus
Minus
damage 1.
minus their resistance, so you're at 4 damage right now.
No, well, we did penetration 2, bonus damage 1, so that'll take out all their resistance.
I thought they were scale 4. Wouldn't it take out half the resistance then?
Yeah, if they're scale 4.
No, it's
So,
later.
so hold
scale
on.
3.
So we just gotta do math. So you're gonna use penetration, so it's gonna ignore 2 resistance.
Yes.
So you're up to 6 damage. And then you're
Mhm.
doing what?
Bonus damage.
bonus damage.
So you're at 7 damage.
Yes.
Right,
So they take 1 breach to their weapon system.
right.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
And you estimate their shields to be at 13%.
So yeah, they're not doing so well. Okay.
Oh, how much power have we been spending? Because we just did a bunch of.
Oh yeah.
like,
Oh yeah, that was 3 shots. I believe a shot is 1 power each.
Yeah.
So-
So you're down
So we're
3
down to 11 power.
Okay. Okay.
Well, in all
That's
fairness,
fine.
We
we've,
still have more than the base power of the ship.
Who else needs to go?
So it's gonna pass over to the last freighter.
in all fairness,
That's
we've
going-
pretty much just took out half of their effective force in minutes, seconds, really.
So yeah, seconds really.
So I'm gonna go jump to the freighter that's attacking the Mapal.
Wow.
I feel
incompetent pirates.
Where were these rolls last week?
Hey,
Yeah.
Brandon, you thought your pilots were bad.
Yeah.
And then
Hey, did the
Yeah,
idiots
Pen,
defect
you
when
are
they were
in no
attacking us?
position to complain anymore.
all right, and then who hasn't gone?
I think Yolan.
I don't believe.
I don't think I've gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yolan's task was the
beaming
beam out,
the thing on board. So yeah,
Yeah.
the
and then that is also, and then that was also Zoltan's.
then everybody has gone.
It was.
Okay.
I
So-
thought Zoltan just assisted with that task.
Because he wasn't on the ship. Either way, he has to get on the ship and then move. So I'm gonna call
So
that
I'm
his
still
task.
in the.
Oh, I thought that was
I'm
a
still
minor.
in
I
the
thought
hangar
moving
bay.
was just a minor action.
That's like from stations, I think.
Yeah, like
he's
to
in cargo
move
bay.
from positions on the ship is a full turn.
Oh, it is okay.
Yeah.
So,
So and since he moved from outside the ship,
Well, but
it's
that was
probably
someone
even
else's task to move from the outside of the ship.
right. I mean, either way, he assisted in the task, so that's still kind of his task as well. It tied him up, and then he still has to move.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like I want to say like by next turn he should be able to be pretty much anywhere.
Yeah,
Right.
probably the last turn is probably going to be his.
Yeah.
And then okay, so then we'll go to the Mapal is going to shoot at the freighter, targeting him. Let's see. So it's weapons security. Damage.
Oh, is it even there?
That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12,
13 damage. So it's actually 10 points of damage.
2 breaches.
I think that's actually 3 breaches.
They're disabled.
Wait. No, 2, because it's 5 or more, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Let me double check that.
Oof. Well, actually,
Klingon ships.
hang on. If you I'd like to suggest this. We could spend 2 momentum, and they get to roll for an additional system. That system suffers an additional hit, dealing half the primary attack's damage.
Yeah, that sounds like a good combat spend.
Which would be enough to disable them completely.
Mm-hmm.
So how about it?
Yeah,
So
2
if-
for
so if you-
devastating attack.
So if you use your momentum to give them devastating attack. 1 second, I'm looking at the breaches or trying to look up breaches right now.
Which, if you want a good rationale for how they can use our momentum, say it's a holdover of the good engineering job that we did over there
Right.
in patching up their systems.
Right.
and I would like to say, even though how much damage they've just done, how much we've just done to multiple targets. Not that
Yeah.
impressive.
They've knocked our shields down by 1 point.
Out of 11.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so they took 2 breaches. Their shields are down.
No, 3. Because of how we're doing this spend.
Yeah.
Okay, and then currently before the spend, they took 2 breaches.
Yes, then we spend 2 momentum, roll for an additional system.
Okay. Just someone roll me a d20. And actually, I forgot to roll one for them. And 11, so... So the Klingons targeted their engines, and
Nice.
you guys targeted their structure.
Well, we did,
Or
but
the extra damage went onto the structure for a breach.
okay.
So they're dead in the water, and they have multiple hull breaches from that one devastating attack.
You Klingons.
And I believe it goes back to them,
Yeah.
because that's everybody, and you guys went last. So the fighters have pulled up alongside the convoys and have seemingly docked with them.
Oh no.
Ooh, that's not good.
Motherfuckers.
Okay.
Oh, we're not having any
Yeah,
of
we need
that.
to get right up in their faces to do anything.
Well, we still have a we still have one more freighter to deal with.
Right. We might just want to let the Klingons deal with that freighter because they seem competent to do it. We might want to get over to that convoy.
All right,
Get some boarding teams over there.
so the current tactical situation, the freighter that's on you, you have two freighters on you. One is at 100%, one is at 13% shields. I think with one breach. Their freighter has lost shields, is dead in the water, and has some hull breaches.
Ouch.
So you guys have two freighters. They have one, but theirs is almost crippled.
Ah, all right.
Yeah.
And I believe that will be your turn.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I say we give this over to Lieutenant Pend. Bring us close to that convoy. We need to get in.
Before we do that, they're both at least somewhat operable, right? The ones on us?
Yeah. The ones on us, one of them is at close to full, the other one is close to disabled.
What if I were to take another pot shot at the one that's disabled before we move?
At the one that's disabled?
No,
Well-
not the one that's disabled, the one that's like mostly disabled. That's on
Yeah.
us.
The one on us that's like still operable.
Yeah. Fine, let's
Just
do that.
because they still have weapons on, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, if I
target
could
their
try to
weapon
take those out
systems.
before we move away.
Yeah, because their weapons have already been impacted, haven't they?
Yeah.
Right.
Because the last thing we need are not one but two freighters firing on our convoy.
Right.
Well, one of them is disabled.
no,
Well,
no,
the one with the
isn't
Klingons
fully
is
disabled
completely
yet.
disabled. One of ours is only somewhat.
Oh, are there
So-
two freighters with
Yeah,
us?
we've got
There's
two.
there's two freighters
Oh.
on your ship.
On the one we shot at, we only mostly disabled. It can still fire.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought we took
Right,
its weapons out.
So would you like me to
It's-
attack pattern again?
You got one breach on their weapon system, so it's basically like a restore my weapons and they're back on.
Right.
Yeah. Let's give them another hit before they can get their weapons back up.
Okay.
What's the drop?
So Lieutenant Penn, attack pattern beta.
Okay. So focus,
Good
yes.
call, Commander.
Would like me to spend one momentum?
Go ahead.
That puts me to 3.
Puts us at 3 momentum, correct?
It does, yeah.
Yes.
And I'll need someone to roll a weapons con for the ship.
I'll do it. Weapons.
There's your red alert alarm.
Nope. Wow. Not like you needed it.
It was difficulty 2. We get 2 momentum. And we now
So
have.
we're back at full.
You're back at 5, yes.
5.
So we are now doing the exact same as last time. Captain, we're ready to disable some more ships.
Yes. This time it passes to Lieutenant Evans because the captain and I
But we'd
only
have
get
to
direct
spend
once
momentum.
per scene.
We'd have to spend momentum to keep the initiative, though.
Oh, do we? It's once per scene, not once per round.
During
depends.
the first round of any combat, so it's only like a one-time thing.
Okay.
So for the first round, we no longer have that benefit. Now we have to start spending momentum.
That's why I kind of just wanted to go first, just to get us that quick advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that
Alright, so
costs
then do we
1
want
power.
to spend a momentum? All right, 1 power.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So we're down to 10. And then, do we want to spend a momentum to have Evans keep the initiative and
Yeah.
make his firing?
Yeah, because we don't want to give them a chance to get their stuff back on.
Yeah, I'd agree. So that's 1 momentum.
All right. And would you like me to spend another momentum so that I can do a real good job?
Yep.
Yep.
Because when it
Alright.
comes to me, I'm gonna do some rally.
Okay, so,
So that's
control
for 3
security and
momentum.
fire. Alright. Firing
And target
upon
your weapon.
vulnerable freighter.
Target weapons and fire. Okay.
And the ship,
Nothing.
nothing.
But that's still 3 successes, so we bank 1 momentum.
Yep.
And damage from the phasers. Not
Hmm.
great.
Huh?
But
Okay.
not
Well-
too great, but
And you guys were targeting the weapons again?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but we do have we have a couple of momentum spends. So how many challenge dice are we supposed?
For the phasers?
Yeah.
Let's see, phasers are 5, they're security plus weapon damage, 5 damage plus 3 security, so that's 8 die.
Okay, so what I suggest we do is get penetration 1 and re-roll.
Alright, yeah, makes sense.
Well, pretty much reroll would sort out most of that anyway.
We don't want to reroll the 2, the 1, and the effect. We just want to reroll the 5 die.
Any number
Yeah.
of yeah.
Right.
So just roll 5 challenge dice. Okay.
Okay.
And then 1 for penetration.
1 challenge die for penetration?
So that's 2, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah.
8 damage.
Alright.
All right, so you guys got 8 then?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Look at us.
So that folly completely disables and destroys their weapon systems.
All right.
That's good.
All right. So I guess it'll pass back to them. The second ship comes along. The second ship in that formation that was attacking you pulls ahead of the other ship and targets your ship again.
Oh, they finally hit us.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, that actually kind of hurt.
Okay, so
Assholes.
that's...
What jackasses?
That actually stung.
Yeah, for 2.
means we're down to 8 shields.
Oh, and you guys are keeping track of your power losses, right? So you lost 2
Yeah.
more power.
Right. So down to about half power.
And as that ship moves ahead, the other ship sets a self-destruct and explodes.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh dear.
That wasn't me.
Not the one that fired on you, the one that took the damage.
right.
Okay. Who else is yet to go?
Can I ask a question? The
Go ahead.
fighters that are docked with the convoy, would it be possible to use a tractor beam on them while they're
It's gonna- it's the
docked?
same thing. Just rip them off there. The only problem is that the hatches might be open, so that might vent atmosphere.
No,
on
I don't
convoy
mean
ships.
like just target the fighter and not the ship it's docked to. Could you technically target both of them in the tractor beam so it couldn't fly off?
So the two fighters are attached to the two separate ships.
Oh yeah, I know that. I mean, like, could we like say pick one and keep that fighter and its attached ship in place?
What's probably going to have to happen here is we're probably going to have to finish off this freighter here, and then we're going to have to lead some away teams to take care of the boarding parties.
Mm-hmm.
But
What I was actually going to suggest.
I don't see
was-
why that tractor beam shouldn't work though.
Yeah.
Like,
What I was
just-
going to suggest was that we don't have
Well,
shields.
the problem is if
on
they've
the,
already boarded, tractor beaming their escape pods isn't going to do much.
And
Right.
If they've already boarded, they don't plan on going anywhere in the future.
One thing I was going to suggest was there's no shields on those convoy ships. So we could, in theory, kind of do exactly what we did to get me on the ship. We could, because there's going to be a record of the biosignatures of the people on those ships. So we figure out which ones are not supposed to be there.
First things first,
And we
we
can
have to take
transport
care
them
of these
off.
this
Yeah.
freighter.
Right. We're still in combat right now.
No,
so-
I know. I'm
Yeah.
talking later on when we go to deal with those.
Yeah.
So you just know exactly.
Oh,
what
yeah,
it
just
is
look
and
at
they
what
go away.
species they are and if those are unique to that.
But in terms of this combat, it is currently our turn in the round.
So who
You wanna try to
else?
figure out-
Can I go? I've been gone since the beginning.
That makes sense for you to go. If you have any action.
Scan for weaknesses for the freighter.
You're going to what?
Scan for weakness of the freighter attacking us.
Cool.
They have
Yeah,
a
if they're just gonna
weakness to
self-destruct.
awesome.
What's the difficulty for this?
That would be in his task. I don't have that in front of me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scan for weakness is difficulty 1, control science task.
Mm-hmm. How much can our... Oh, minimum of 0. So this is a difficulty 0 task.
It is.
Because of our advanced sensors.
Oh right, because we have advanced sensors. Yeah.
So
And
literally,
they are in close range. So
Mm-hmm.
literally just generate that momentum.
Get us that momentum, Lieutenant Commander.
well, I mean, I got you at 6, I believe. So
5.
And then sensor science.
now 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you scan the ship, you believe that if you just kind of overload a portion of the shields with a directed energy beam, it should overload the shields and allow you to pierce through them easily.
All right.
Oh God.
Well, we have
If we
two.
shoot their shields, they blow up.
We have 2 extra momentum beyond the 6. So is there anything we can use that for?
Is there anything else to do with this? Can we try and see if we can scan through their shields and see if we can identify who's on board with that momentum?
What, like species?
Yeah.
Right. Like,
Identify the ship.
mhm.
Yeah, that'd be a good spend.
Identify the ship or crew.
Yeah.
I mean, we already kind of know the ship. It's a generic freighter that is used by a bunch of different species.
Yeah.
So that's why I was suggesting crew.
Okay. Yeah. Crew.
So
Or even
This-
some
this-
kind of ship designation.
right.
Might tell us
So
that.
so you scan the freighter with the shields down. That the Klingons kind of messed up, and you get like humans, Nausicaans, species like that.
Just
Okay, so
generic
there's
raiders.
generic
Right.
raiders.
Okay.
Captain, something about the situation doesn't feel quite right, but I'm gonna hold off
Until
theorizations on that until we're done.
yeah, like yes, nothing until we're finished here. Okay, so here is I'd like bring it to my turn if you would.
Okay.
And what I want to do is I want to create an advantage that is essentially going to work like this. These are my orders as they stand. Lieutenant Evan, at your first convenience, like when it actually gets around to your turn, I want you to gather a security team and start preparing a boarding party to get over to those convoys. Commander Varro, take over tactical.
Yes, sir. Use a minor action to go up to tactical.
And I'm basically going to create the advantage of basically the way this is going to work is because I'm setting this up now, it is going to be easier to get a boarding party together when it comes time to.
Right. So they're waiting on the pad for your orders.
Exactly.
Who do you want on the security team then?
Well, I am having Lieutenant Evans set that up, so I'm leaving it to his discretion who he needs.
Okay.
And do you want 2 teams, 1 for each vessel?
I can lead a second team once we've disabled this thing. So, Lieutenant Evans, assemble a second team for me.
Yep. Yeah. Assemble a second team to meet Commander Varro when he's ready.
All right, we'll do.
So, do I need to roll to create this advantage?
Yeah, you do.
What do I have to roll?
It uses control, insight, or reason plus command. Your choice.
You said control, insight, or reason. I'm gonna.
Esther says normally. So if you want to do something else, you could argue.
I'm not gonna press it. So I'll take insight and reason and command because I'm trying to set this up. I'm trying to think of the best way to set up this team.
Just sort of say, couldn't you possibly use presence?
Not
If
really.
you like pushed for it.
Not for what I'm trying to create.
Right, he's trying to think tactically.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Not something I'm particularly great at.
Just trying to
what's the
help.
difficulty?
And then next round, I'll use the rally task.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 2.
I'm gonna spend a momentum if that's okay.
No,
Yeah, sounds good to me.
no, it's not. Stop wasting it.
Well, once it gets to Varro, he's gonna probably rally, generate some momentum.
Why are we switching this?
Dear God.
Wow.
No, the sad thing is now I could probably go with the tactical team because you don't need me here flying at this stage.
Well, no, we need you to get in close to the ships,
Yeah.
and I need Yolan to operate the transporters.
Right. But yeah. So
If you want to bring Zoltan, but his security sucks.
Well, couldn't
He's
you
not a
have
boarder.
Yoltan manning the transporters?
Huh? Oh yeah, that's true. We could have
Bolton on
yeah, we
transporters
could
and
have,
grab Yolan for the away team.
yeah, and then have Zoltan operate the transporters. Perfect.
Makes sense.
Perfect.
Awesome sauce.
All right. So that was me. Who's next?
I think it goes back over to them now.
We have to let them do something.
Yeah.
We have to be
And it was
fair
a real
about
thing.
this.
And
Remember, it's vicious space combat. Take turns.
how many breaches did you get on that second ship? 2, right? Or
Three.
was it 3?
I think it
All
was.
to their weapon systems.
Yeah.
We got 2 in our first attack, and then we got another one on our second attack, I think. So
Oh,
it's
then-
total 3.
Then
Wasn't it?
No, I think the
Ah,
first
you mixed
one I
up.
was.
So the ship on you activates its self-destruct and explodes behind you as well.
oh, so that's it.
And the other ship on the Klingons try one last dish effort to fire on them. Where is that sheet? Here it is.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked.
They fire their weapons one last time and also set a self-destruct sequence.
But accidentally fire and hit themselves.
Well, Varro, looks like your opportunity to lead the away team is going to come sooner than expected. I don't need you at tactical right now.
Yes, sir. And I head to the turbo lift to head down to transporter room 2.
And I'm gonna have a random officer take up tactical because we do need someone there.
Right.
As much as I joke.
Captain, would you like me to get closer to the fighters?
What?
Would you like me to get closer to the ships that have been docked?
Oh yes, bring us into close range to the convoy.
Do I need to roll for that?
No, well, no, I don't think you need to roll for this.
I was going to say, oh please, GM, don't make us get more momentum. Don't throw us into that momentum briar patch.
Confirmed, Captain. Ramming speed it is.
Hey, should we kill those convoy ships and see which one's got more trouble going on?
Yeah, let's make a scan on them.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll for a scan. Do whatever the hell is reason and science assisted by the ship.
Which, yeah. This isn't stronger for us, but it might be a sensor security rather than a sensor science role for that with the ship. Because we're trying to detect hostile life forms on another ship.
Yeah, I could agree to that.
Yeah.
And it would be difficulty 1, but you got advanced sensors, so.
Difficulty 0. See if we get any momentum here.
It doesn't matter. The ship can't assist if you didn't get a single success.
Oh no, that was the ship that I just rolled.
Oh, that was you.
Right, because I'm not here. I'm on turbo lift. This would be Yolan's role,
Right.
or whoever has that science if he's gone down to be part of
Actually, it would be Zoltan because he took over ops.
All right, it'll be Zoltan.
Oh, I thought I was going to the transporter room.
Yep.
Okay. I'll be over at ops then. So then you want reason and science?
Yes.
And then I can use one of my focuses for a little bonus.
Which one?
Transporters.
This is the scan.
Oh yeah, shit. Sorry.
Do you want to spend some momentum?
I feel like we might need that for fighting with the borders.
Well, and isn't this a difficulty 0?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No momentum, but hey.
Yeah, it's a good thing. So you guys notice that each of the convoys that were boarded have two extra people on it
All right.
each.
Oh, so literally there's just one board ship.
They're both two ships are boarded. They each have 2 extra people
okay.
each.
Right.
Okay.
Because each the crew of the 2-man fighters.
Oh, well.
Correct.
well
Does it
that's gonna
identify
be-
where
that-
those extra
that's
people
gonna
are
be-
or which ones they are?
You could not tell where they were at though.
I mean, with 0 successes, maybe if we gotten any successes, we could.
Maybe you could have rolled
How
an
about now?
extra dice.
Okay, so I'm heading down to Transporter 2, beaming over to the second ship, while Lieutenant Evans beams over to the first ship that has borders.
All right, and I have a total security team of 14. So could we just go in with like 7 people each?
Yeah, that sounds plausible.
Nearly that many.
Shock
I
on
think we
all
need to go
people.
over with 2 security officers. Like, if we're being realistic about this, it's 2 teams of 3.
Okay. And the 3, does the 3 include us?
Yeah, 3 includes
Okay.
us. And I believe that Yolan was going with you. So you have a complete boarding team of 4, actually.
Oh, okay.
Because we have Zoltan on transporters to allow Yolan to go with you.
All right. Let's get cracking.
Meanwhile, I would bring Ensign Granger, but, you know.
Granger is
He's
sick.
in sick bay and all. With his foot.
How do you think I got on this shift? I shot him.
In the foot.
Okay, so each of you are bringing 4 other. So teams of 4, right?
Right. We're each going with 2 security, 1 engineer, /C person.
Okay. So Zoltan, what I'm going to need is a.
Okay.
Let's call this a control and either engineering or science.
Okay.
We'll make it difficulty 1 because you're trying to transport them to a specific spot to, I assume, surround them.
Okay.
Oh, we
Now
didn't,
my
we
focus will
didn't
come
scan
into.
for where the borders were. We're just beaming like to the bridge of the ship. I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, same difference. That's
Right.
where they're going. But I'm going to spend 4 threat to make the complication range 3.
Transporter accident.
Spend the
Oh
momentum.
shit! That's one of my learning things from the past.
Well, don't worry. If you need a determination to re-roll your pool, I have a talent.
This is true. So do I.
All right. Well, what do my
But mine's more
transporter focus get on this?
You select focus as yes.
I'd say
Like you see it above it.
Yeah. So I have not been using that at all. Whoops. My bad, guys.
I'd say spend 3
And
momentum.
then just make sure you set the complication range to 3. And then the task roll to difficulty 1.
Yeah, I'd get the 2 extra dice because you're more than likely going to get it back.
All right. Just buy 2 extra.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so you're down to. I got you at 3 momentum then.
Yeah.
We're at
Okay.
3, yes.
So yeah, you're gonna roll 4 dice. Now keep this in mind though. You're also assisted by the ship, and it's the
Yeah.
complication you're trying to avoid. So this might
I
not be
think
the
we
best
should
idea
roll
to
more.
buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? I was gonna say, wait. Why are we? Oh, wait. What's the ship helping with?
The transport. So it's a sensor.
Oh, so the difficulty goes down by 1.
Right, so then don't buy any die, actually.
So the difficulty was 2. The ship brought it down to 1. I already factored that in.
So
Okay.
literally don't spend any momentum.
Yeah, don't
All right.
don't
So
spend
just
any
roll 2
momentum.
dice. Call it a day.
Yeah, your 2 dice. The ship's 1. You should get a success. You don't want complications.
Right.
So
Okay.
Good.
That's. Oh shoot! I rolled incorrectly.
What
But
did you roll?
even if it had been no, that would have been a success.
Just re-roll it.
well, I actually think that is accurate. Sensors and security, because you're trying to beam a tactical team over. So I think that's
Oh, okay. Never
accurate
mind.
roll.
That is correct. Okay, whatever.
So it's still a success.
So we just need Zoltan's roll.
I did. It's my last
You
one
did.
there.
So 2 successes right there. Bottom.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Okay.
You get a momentum, which
Yep.
I think
Which
we're
we-
full.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
we're
still full.
right now.
So your security team is able to transport to the bridge of the ship, and as you guys transform, you're ready to go, and the intruders on both ships, and they surrender without a fight.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked.
I transport them to our brig. The ones on the ship I'm on.
Okay.
Yeah, we bring him to the brig.
All right, and I'd ask for a transport as well.
Yep.
And you guys transport back to the ships?
All right.
Actually, before I transport back, I'm going to go and check out the two-man fighter.
Yeah, I'd suggest piloting those fighters to our bays. We'd like to get a good look at them.
Right.
Also, is everybody okay on those ships?
That's also a good thing we should check.
Yeah.
Since you do not have a doctor, I'm going to say they're shaken up, but they are okay.
Okay.
And they're
if we had a
grateful.
doctor, we could have had an opportunity. To doctor.
Right, but you
Right,
know.
because my reason medicine is 11.
Yeah, my reason medicine is
Also 11.
no, it's 12.
No, mine is also 11.
Oh, okay.
Mine's 10.
Yeah.
None of us are good at this.
Yeah, that's why we have a doctor.
Wait, we also have an EMH.
That's true.
Yeah, if the MH can't go over there, but we could just beam the people to sick bay.
Right. But still, it's like, yeah. Anyways, tangents aside.
Yeah, so you're able to get you're able to figure out how to pilot the ships. They don't seem to be armed to explode. So good thing for you. Yeah, you get them over to the ship.
Right. I will be taking some time to inspect these ships at a later date. For sure.
Me too.
Me free.
So I'm going to so now that this is all over, Captain Grennan to IKS Mapul.
Go ahead, Captain.
Well fought. Well fought, Captain.
This was a glorious victory, Captain.
And it was a good day for them to die.
Oh, you are correct, Captain. Shall we depart to the array?
Of course. Kapla.
And he motions to cut view screen.
And as soon as that is over, you just see Harmon just,
And as soon as that is over, the turbolift doors open and Varro comes walking onto the bridge.
oh boy. You know, I love cultural sensibilities and everything, but Klingon militarism is never get used to.
Very true, Captain. And I turn around and
he
say,
just
they could have
sighs.
at least thanked me for fixing their ship.
What a waste. What a waste of... Such a shame.
Indeed, sir.
All of this for the sake of, what? Knocking over a small convoy?
Definitely
Not
be
worth
something to
Hmm?
interrogate these prisoners about and turn them over to Starfleet.
Of course.
Well, that just happens to be a focus of mine.
I leave that one. Leave that one to you, Commander. If you need my assistance, you know you've got it. But I prefer to not get my hands dirty. That kind of thing.
When you say that, there is this look on Varro's face,
Uh-huh.
and probably no one sees it, but I am glaring daggers at you.
Yep.
Just a thin-lipped smile, glaring daggers. And I get up from the command chair, go back to tactical, and start talking to Lieutenant Evans.
Very good.
All right, so what's
then I
everyone
con-
doing here?
Then well, I also want to contact the head of the. I want to contact the various convoys and see if they're ready to depart.
Yeah, they all signal green.
All right. Well, let's continue this little escort of ours.
Yes, sir.
And I'm now at tactical, Lieutenant Evans, and I say, Evans, let's get down to the brig, find out what these people were doing here, how they knew this convoy was coming, and what they were intending to do with it. With me. And we head
Sounds
back
good.
to the brig.
All right.
That's been a curious attack.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And you guys go to warp, right? While they're heading down there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so we'll head to the commander and the lieutenant.
All right. I mean, if the lieutenant doesn't say anything, the turbolift ride is very uneventful.
All right, so then you guys get to the brig.
All right, Lieutenant, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one.
Are you going to let me take the lead on the interrogation?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
This is your department, your specialization.
True.
Right. So as you guys enter the brig, there are four prisoners in the brig. One of them looks kind of scared. The other two have no expressions at all, and a third one, with what looks to be a little bit better armor than the other two, is just smiling ear to ear as you guys walk in.
Well, I want to go to the frightened one.
Okay.
Let's see, how should I go about this? Let's see, so I'm not gonna start out.
I stand by that statement.
Zoltan, as he's walking by the brig on his way to engineering, opens a door and tosses a spanner on the floor in there for you.
Wow.
So I want to like aggressively, but not with like necessarily a raised voice, ask him how on earth they knew, or the frightened one. I want to ask him how they knew where to attack.
And by all means, role play this. This is role playing 101.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Part of me wants to just break out my Batman right now, but I need to press clutch.
Where are they?
Where are the drugs?
Where's Rachel?
Where's Rachel?
How's you gonna come on what's coming?
Okay, so I want to walk up to the frightened one and how did you know where to attack?
As you say that, the one in the better armor just starts laughing, and the one that's afraid kind of turns his head into the wall.
I'm trying to read him. The one who's laughing.
You just find amusement from this entire situation, is what you can kind of sense.
No.
from him.
I'm trying to make a task roll to detect that information because it's been brought to the surface by the lieutenant's comment.
Okay. So what's the task roll here?
It doesn't have a specific task roll. It's just whatever's relevant, which I believe I am very well set up for.
Okay. So let's do an opposed check here.
Okay.
Let's go. Ooh, what do I want to do?
It's either going to be insight or reason with security for me, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be insight and security, and we'll do an opposed check.
Okay.
The opposed to see how well he is able to hide his surface thoughts through any training he might have.
Okay. And then I'd like to spend a momentum on this one.
Okay.
Go for it.
Cool. So that's
Come
three.
on, cold reading.
Yeah, I also have cold reading. And then I'd like to use my focus in composure to pretty much just not be noticeable to the room. You know, I'm just standing here letting the lieutenant do his job.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
You hide nothing from me. And then, so I've got cold reading. I think that comes into play here.
So,
Yeah, I have a
So
bonus
what-
momentum that I use for obtain.
so what
Your thoughts are my
what you
bitch.
sense from the guy that was laughing is a sense of familiarity with his surroundings, with the people, almost as if he knows exactly who everyone is.
I told you the idiots were traitors and took those ships.
All right, so he's managing to block out reading of any specific thoughts. Like I'm just getting impressions from him, like empathic readings.
Because you have yeah,
He's
I
a
have
full
telepathy.
telepath.
yeah. This is where it gets I'm gonna say
No, like if
like
that's not what his mental discipline is
his thoughts were, I know this person, I know that person, I know where I'm at. Like that's what he's thinking.
Okay.
If that's better. So like you get the sense that he knows who you are, he knows who the lieutenant is, he knows where he's at. It's almost like he knows the ship probably better than you do, if that's possible.
All
and
right.
And he seems to know everybody on the ship almost better than you do.
Wait, what species are they?
They're all human.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus momentum here that I got. I have 3 bonus momentum, by the way. So I got some information to grab here.
Christ.
So first one, I'm trying to find out what sort of familiarity he feels he has. Does he feel like the ship is his home? Or does he feel like the ship is like what is his familiarity with it?
So the mercenary kind of looks. So the guy that you're trying to focus on kind of looks over to you, and he says, "So, Commander, you're trying to figure out how I know about you from. Is that correct?"
Maybe.
He just hears yes in his head.
Ooh.
Right. Well, Commander, none of us are going to say anything to you. You will not find any information relevant.
I just smile.
Ooh.
Just to say,
Holy
would it be
shit.
possible for me to use my determination of throw out the handbook and wrote my own to beat the living shit out of them with the handbook?
Don't forget about
Please, Captain.
forget about the
Please,
spanner.
can I?
I can get this over in 5
right.
minutes.
So then I have 2 other momentum that are bonus now from my roll.
Okay.
And I'm going to use those to create an advantage
Okay.
where this guy having this bravado and seeming so strong is really making that nervous guy even more nervous.
Ah.
He is scared out of his mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I say out loud to Lieutenant Evans, I suggest we separate them.
Sounds like a good idea, but where do we take where? Who do we take where?
Just to say,
We can bring them to separate cells.
do our cells have
no, they're
the...
not already in
isolate
separate cells?
No, there were 2 in each cell.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure this ship has at least 4 cells in.
And
okay. So
when
wait, so
they're-
is the well-armored guy and the frightened guy in the same cell?
that's how I read it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's absolutely move the frightened guy cell.
So we put the well-armored guy. He's in his own cell with everything blocked.
Okay.
You know, no audio, nothing.
So as you do that, he just sits down in the cot in the back and he's all smiles again. You know, the arrogance, the smugness.
All right. And once we've got the other guy in a different cell, I share the information that I got telepathically with the lieutenant.
All right. And out of character, I want to ask, how rough can I get with this guy? Physically speaking.
That's a tough one.
Because I want to stay within Starfleet regulation if I can.
Starfleet regulation won't allow you to do anything physical to him.
Okay.
But you can get imposing.
And you can get
Yeah,
inside his head.
And
Regulation
would he know
about mental
that I
breakdowns.
can't get physical?
Depends.
Like, is this common knowledge?
Well, here's the thing. They know that you're not supposed to get physical.
That is an excellent point.
But there are officers who have broken that rule before.
Yes.
Okay.
And
So if you get imposing and threaten, he has no real way of knowing whether you're serious, even if you're not.
And he
Okay.
knows that if you are serious, there is no limit because you've already stepped over a bound.
Would you like
Oh,
me to
I-
bring the phone book down?
What?
No, I'm just saying, like, stepping over the bound of, stepping over that line of getting physical with a prisoner means that you stepped over that line, and he knows that you're not operating within the system anymore, so you could do whatever.
Okay, so it's like once I make that first physical move, it's like I don't know where it's going.
Right.
Okay.
One punch is equivalent to beating the shit out of him for an hour.
Oh, okay. That is good to know.
Whereas if the rules say he can hit me like 4 or 5 times, but that's about it, then he's only gonna hit me 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
But if you hit him, he's like, oh no, no. This is gonna go on
Right.
for a while, isn't it?
Okay. And
That's if you want to do that. But I mean,
Yeah.
basically that's how you can be intimidating.
okay,
Or at least one of
and
the ways, yeah.
Is that
One
even
thing
if you're not actually going to beat him up, you can make him think you are.
okay. I think I want to say, like, despite the fact that, like, Evans usually has like a typically like kind of more upbeat and like awkward demeanor to him, he's like putting on his best game face on here that he possibly can.
Just do like a,
No problem.
a demonic Mickey Mouse. I'm gonna beat your ass.
So that'd probably be like a presence security role. Or presence command. But I feel like you can make a case for presence.
Well, he's not very good at it apparently.
Well, like I said, like role play a lot of this. Like I think we're getting too stuck in the roles and what it is,
Oh yeah.
and we're not actually role playing anything.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So you're trying to you're trying to interrogate the guy, right?
True.
So-
Figure out how you want to interrogate him, and we'll see what happens. Like I think we're too caught up in
Mm-hmm.
the nuances of the game than actually playing it.
Okay, yeah. So actually interrogate him.
Right.
Right. So I ask you again, where did you find out where to attack?
Please don't hurt me. I can't tell you anything. Please, you have to believe me.
Can I do an insight check on this?
Can't or won't.
That is a good question. Did he say can't or yeah, I think he said I can't tell you anything. But can I see if I think he's telling the truth that he doesn't seem to know anything?
Role play it. Like again, I think you're too caught up in the nuances to stay in the scene.
Well, no. What he wants to do is he wants to tell if what he just said was a
Yeah,
bold-faced
like
lie.
did he seem genuine when he said that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Like he's frightened.
All right. So you can't tell me how you knew. What can you tell me?
Please, they're gonna kill me if I tell you anything. Please, you just believe me. I can't tell you anything.
Ooh.
Can you tell me why?
Uh,
Why did your friends die out there? Why did they blow themselves up?
Because we're trying to weaken the Federation Klingon holdings in this sector. Please, I can't tell you much more. They're going to kill me.
How?
You're not there.
Was that someone asking?
How is this supposed to do anything meaningful? Or is there
Please,
anything I know specifically about this convoy? Like, is there...
As far as I know, it's just a support convoy.
Okay.
Is it possible for me to?
Providing some minor support for a deep space array.
Alright. So how on earth would this be any holdings?
Please, you have to believe me. If I tell you anything else, they're going to kill me. Please.
Captain?
Where you are right now, they can't kill you.
They have ways. Please, I am more afraid of them than you are. Please, just keep me safe.
You want us to keep you safe. Is that what you said?
Please, please. I know they're going to kill me. Please.
Yes.
Captain, permission to run down to...
Who is it exactly that you're afraid of?
I can't tell you who they are, but they're a large organization, and we operate in the expanse, and you're infringing on that. Please, I can't tell you anymore.
Wait, shouldn't what's it? Shouldn't Varro be able to pick something off of that?
Yeah, shouldn't I?
Like
I don't
mean,
I don't want to push the telepathy too far mechanically, but realistically, I should be able to pick something off of.
Could I
like,
possibly
the
help?
fact that he just keeps saying they, like at some point or another, he's gonna
The
think
image
of a
of
proper
they.
noun.
Does that
Like,
say...
what image is they conjuring? And I can roll for this.
No, I could just tell you. When he says they, it's more or less like a smaller cell of a larger organization that he's more afraid of.
Okay. Do I see a face?
Yeah, but you probably can't make
Right.
like.
But it's something that I can potentially try and recreate in the holodeck or something. You know, there's
Yeah,
work
yeah.
to be done off of this.
Right.
Small leads.
Is it possible that I could run down to medbay, get an empty like stim, and run to interrogation?
Now, just keep in mind, guys, it's only the commander and the lieutenant in. So, like, you guys have no idea what's going on. Who's not in the room? If that makes sense.
Yeah, there's not open comms or anything.
Right.
All right, so I kind of calm down, back off a few steps with my, demeanor, even not even just my voice. Say, okay, it sounds like to me your main concern is for your own personal well-being. Is that true?
Yes, they're gonna kill me.
Okay.
Talking to you, they're gonna kill me.
Yes, but is there anything we can do, any level of protection we can give you that would allow you to give us the information that you have?
So he just kind of puts his head down in his hand. You guys don't understand. And he just falls onto the floor.
Yes, but I would love to understand if there's anything that you can tell me.
He falls onto the floor.
Oh, dead.
Ooh, cyanide.
Can we check for life signs in there?
Is he dead?
Yes.
All right. We don't need to check for life signs.
Okay.
What about the others?
I just slowly turn my head and I look at the laughing man. And if he has any sense of self-preservation, he knows to be afraid right now.
And he is laughing hysterically in his cell.
Jesus!
And you notice that the other two people are also dead in their cells.
Oh,
Oh, oh.
that was out of character. That would be much impacted. Yeah, you can definitely see Troy has been somewhat impacted by what just happened. I'm just trying to hide it.
Oof. Well, does Varro get anything off of him? Or is it just laughter? Because that would almost be even creepier.
Yeah, that is so creepy if there's just laughter.
That's what it is.
Ooh!
So I just kind of like lean over to Varro, say, I mean, if you want me to try, I can talk to him, but I don't think the best interrogator with the most violent approach can get anything out of him. But I
You're
can
just
try if you
talking,
want.
And I
Oh
am
my
just
God,
staring at this man, and then I say, "Computer, anethicene gas, cell block 1."
So the gas comes in, and he just looks at the gas entering in, and he turns to you, and he says, "So, Commander, what do you think Captain Threlick would say about this? If I said that right?"
Yeah. Oh, look. Anethicene gas knocks someone out in 0.2 seconds.
As he's looking at the gas, that's what he says before he's taken by the gas.
Oof.
This guy's not human.
Did you say that out loud by any chance?
Yeah, put that out loud.
Ooh.
Wait, can I just... here's what I like to think, just as a, narrative, like, if this were actually a TV show, the way I like to think that whole bit with the laughter goes, I like to think that whenever, like, Varro does his psychic thing, like, the camera would do this cool, like, focusing effect, and you'd hear, like, a slight echo of the thought being thought.
Mhm.
But in this
Or
case,
just laughter.
you hear the laughter, he focuses in, and then there's just a slightly reverb, extra layering of the laughter.
Mhm.
Just super creepy.
That is creepy.
And that's the effect. Like, if this were actually a TV show.
And then, what else are you guys doing in there? Just let him go to the gas. Are you guys done?
Yeah, he's unconscious now.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he's out, there's nothing I can do. Not that there's anything I could have done anyway.
Right. He is
Might want the
unconscious and will
doctor to
stay that
perform a
way
scan
until
on
I
him,
say
though.
otherwise.
Okay.
Unless he is truly inhuman and can
So-
somehow wake up.
One thing I do want to quickly ask. I know in Star Trek it's been mentioned a couple times that people can be revived for up to a couple hours. Is this like a normal thing? Or is this like plot armor?
For what? Oh,
That's usually
okay.
that's usually
Like
plot armor.
people can sometimes be revived up to a couple hours after death. Is that just like plot armor type thing, or is that like a normal?
it's yeah, pretty much just plot.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this is so I
So-
assume the commander is going to meet me in my ready room done and relay this information to me.
No.
Well, and I assume we're gonna have one in the medical field establish how exactly they were killed.
Right. But I'm leaving that all to the lieutenant. I'm going straight to my quarters, and I'm getting on my terminal right now.
Ooh.
I'm still on duty, right?
You are still on duty. I have said, Lieutenant, take care of this, and left the room.
Oh, right.
All right. So before we get back to the commander, Lieutenant, what are you doing?
This was to a commander.
Before we get to the commander, Lieutenant, what are you doing?
Oh, okay. So by deal with this, I'm supposed to dispose of the bodies?
You're supposed to get a medical team down here. Just go through
Oh,
standard
right.
procedure.
Okay.
Yeah, just turn it over to a medical team.
Okay, yeah, so I call the medical team down and ask them to check out the 3 corpses we have in the brig.
Presumably, Savoy shows up.
Yeah. The medical team looks at all the bodies, just to check for bumps and bruises, and he turns to you and says, "I thought they were all dead, or I thought only 3 of them were dead."
Wait, what? Did
They're-
the 4th one die too?
They're all gone. I have no light signs from any of them.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck?
Cyanide.
And I think that'd be a good place to go back to the commander.
Okay.
Just a note: anethicene gas does not kill people.
I know.
Maybe he had an allergy.
For everybody else. Okay.
Man, Evans is shook.
So is Varro. In a very different way.
I imagine there's some literal trembling as well.
So door
The
opens my
captain
quarters.
is blissfully ignorant to all of this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Lieutenant, part of your duties would also be to report this to the captain, because it would have been clear in my tone that I am not having any of this. I get into my quarters, and I pull up my terminal, and I pull up the intelligence directory.
Okay.
And I call up the Shackleton Expanse using my clearance, my intelligence clearance, not my commander's Starfleet clearance.
Okay.
Do I see anything?
You see several classified files were reported copied and stolen.
Fuck!
All right.
It does not give you any information on why.
Or even what the files were.
Right.
Let's see. I have to look for a specific thing here. So hold on a second.
Well, now we know what they stole. Wait.
Computer.
Oh.
Begin message to Admiral Travinsky.
And the computer does its thing.
Admiral, we've encountered a hostile force in the Expanse, the Shackleton Expanse, and they were extremely resistant to telepathy. This is a cause for concern, as you might imagine.
Is this a two-way communication?
No, this is just a recording that I'm then going to send to the Admiral.
Okay.
They appeared to have intimate knowledge of the ship and crew. I suspect it was related to the security breach at Narendra Station. Requesting permission on how to respond to this. Agent Konal, signing off. Computer, encrypt that message, Mactum security, and send to Admiral Travinsky.
Oh, shit.
And it beeps and sends.
And then I leave my quarters and head to the bridge.
And when he walks in, you see just Harmon has, he's doing that stupid sit that he does where he puts like the heel of his foot on top of his other foot, and he just turns over and says, "Oh, Commander, how'd it go?" And he has like a big doofy smile on his face.
I say nothing for just too long. And in that time, I've come and I've sat down.
And Brennan just shrugs. He says, "Okay." And he looks over at Lieutenant Pend, and he says, "How far out are we, Lieutenant?"
How far out are we?
You're coming up to the system now.
Come up to the system now, Captain. Not too long.
Great.
Captain, permission to speak with you privately?
Of course. I read your room.
I follow you in.
Mm-hmm. And I step into the ready room. And-
Captain,
Yes, Commander.
those people down there were not your run-of-the-mill pirates.
They weren't.
They're part of a very coordinated organization. And I'm afraid I don't have much of any information because their leader was resistant to telepathy. I could get nothing off of him but laughter. And then the other prisoners spontaneously died.
And just you see just this just look of the with that, Harmon's face goes pale. They said died.
As far as I can determine. As far as our medical team can determine, I'm sure.
I see. I assume you left the situation in the care of Lieutenant Evans?
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Do you think this is related in any way to the security breach?
I would be extremely surprised if it wasn't.
That's what I was afraid of.
We've got a rogue faction on our hands, Captain. And with their activities in this fight, they're going to fight like Klingons.
And you heard me on the bridge. You know what I think of that.
And I just nod. And then I kind of settle my shoulders, straighten back up.
Well then, as much as I hate it, looks like we have an intelligence war on our hands. We know nothing, they know everything.
Not for long, I'm sure, Captain.
Yeah. To bring up an anachronism, I'd set up a cork board if I were you.
Captain?
Oh, it's an old Earth concept of when trying to unravel a massive conspiracy, an Earth pop culture trope would be to get a gigantic board of cork and put pictures and documents and tie them together with strings to create a web of information.
Varro just kind of blinks at you and looks very quizzical.
Like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
It's forget it.
Yes, sir. Am I dismissed?
If I think of anything else, I'll be sure to let you know. For now, dismissed.
Yes, sir. And then I head back to my quarters, and I have a small thing to do there, but if there's anything else, I can have it first.
And just Harmon just, he settles his hand. He does the thing again where he settles his hand, crook of his two hands just rested, and he just lets out a sigh. This isn't why we're out here. This isn't what we're supposed to be doing. Here we are. Here's to you, lads. And that's where I'm going to end with Harmon.
And then the con officer, you are just about to, you're basically drop out of warp right next to the station.
What's the name of the station?
Array 3-5.
Array station. Permission to dock.
Permission granted, Kismet. The Klingons beat you here.
Can I make a roll to actually see if that's true?
Wait, how long did the jury rig last?
I'm not accepting.
To the
That's
station.
true. How many scenes has it been?
Just enough to get them to the station, and now their warp's gone. Convenient.
See who
Good
beat
luck
us
getting
next
back,
time.
fellas.
Just thought they could actually make a contested roll to see if I got there first. I'm not accepting they beat me. I am willing to actually do that.
The Klingons are docked there, and there's a reason for it.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay.
Doesn't mean I'm happy about it.
So is that where the episode ends, or?
I've got a small scene to do.
I mean, technically, no. There is. We could either end it here, or you could go on the station. Either way.
Well,
Okay. There's stuff
I'd
to do
like to
on the
contact
station.
the captains if I could.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so I want to contact the captain and say, I'm sure that Varro probably.
He switched over
He
to
went
10
into
forward.
10 forward.
Oops.
I'm gonna.
No.
Lieutenant?
Okay, sorry. So something happened after Commander Varro left, and I'm not sure if you want to talk about it over communicators or if you want to meet in person.
What? Just outside of the three of the four prisoners dying?
Yes.
Where do you need me to meet you?
So I'm still in the brig, right?
If you want to be, yeah.
Or well, it depends. If
Well, actually, it'd probably be best because if I'm not sure if this is a private matter or not, I could just meet in the. Well, I'm not sure how sensitive this is, so perhaps I should just meet you in your ready room or wherever, or maybe the conference.
Ready room.
Just in case.
I'm in my ready room. Ready.
Okay.
See you there.
I'll be over there as soon as I can.
Understood.
And I get in there as soon as I can. I tell them. Actually, no. We could just roleplay it if we want.
Okay. So, what do you need?
After Commander Varro left, the Laughing Man, the one who took quite a long time to fall unconscious, apparently he also died afterwards. That was the main thing. I wasn't sure if you wanted me talking about.
Okay.
Actually, that wasn't actually the whole thing. That was what happened afterwards.
Okay, this has gone from extremely concerning to unbelievably concerning really fast.
It did accelerate at an alarming rate.
What'd the doctors say?
The doctors were just as surprised as I was to find out that there were not only three.
The doctors did give you a medical report after the scans.
Okay.
It was some type of self-released toxin.
Oh, it was like one of those little crunch pills.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, it was like a suicide poison of some kind.
Okay, well, I suppose that on the list of all the things it could have been, that's the most reassuring, I suppose. At least it wasn't psychic kill switch.
Right. Though, I'm a little surprised that the frightened guy killed himself. He seemed more afraid for his personal safety than anything else.
Frightened guy?
Oh yes, the only guy I was able to get a chance to interrogate. He seemed more frightened than anyone else, so I figured he'd be a good target.
Smart move. Smart move.
He was concerned really only for his own personal safety. It seemed he didn't want to divulge any information because he didn't want to die.
And by the way, you can kind of see that just in general, Harmon is looking kind of uncomfortable with this whole conversation.
This is normally the type of thing Varro would handle.
But I don't know. I guess they don't. I guess whoever the mysterious they is, doesn't kill painlessly. Maybe it was for pain that he was afraid of.
Perhaps. Too many unknowns right now.
Yes, and I'm sure Varro told you the why of what they're doing.
The why?
Oh. Yes, the frightened guy told me that they were trying to weaken Klingon Federation holdings in the area.
Commander Varro did not tell me that.
Indeed, I did.
Oh,
Odd.
I kind of looked like concerned, like, oh, did I say something I shouldn't have?
And yeah,
Apparently
you do see this tight look cross Harmon's face for about half a second, but he's not looking at you. He's just looking off to the side for a moment. Then he looks back at you, and his face is again. Anything else?
One little thing. Again, you probably heard this. Apparently, they're not a small organization, and they were worried that we were that we were infringing on them in the Expanse as we were going in.
Yes, I
They
kind
weren't a
of
fan of
gathered
that.
that we
Okay.
were dealing with something large.
Yeah, but they
I-
feel that we're infringing on them as well.
Yes, I hope we're not dealing with something on the level of the Tal Shiar, only even more elusive. That would, and that's what it's shaping up to be.
Okay.
You are aware of the events that occurred before your arrival on the ship, correct? The security breach?
I don't believe I've heard a little bit about it, but I've not gotten full account of what happened. And you can see he's kind of like out of habit, like spinning, like trying to spin like a ring on his finger that's not there.
And he just puts his hand to his chin and he says, "Well, the day before you arrived, I arrived at the station and at the Kismet, and was first introduced to Commander Varro. During our time and touring the vessel, there was a break-in on the ship. Someone stole data of some kind and absconded with it. We managed to track them down. They took their own life in a suicidal fashion. They didn't poison themselves. They grabbed an electrical conduit and vaporized themselves. A little bit more.
We,
Is the other captain?
you might want to have Palp over.
I think we're being moved back into the USS Kismet.
Oh, I thought.
Something that they're not supposed to hear. I presume. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, I presume it's something that he's not supposed to hear. And absconded with it. We don't know what the data was, why they wanted it, but it's clear that the goals of their mission precede their own life. And if that's the case, it's highly likely that whoever this breacher was is also related to the events that we encountered today.
This is rather disturbing, and that, quite honestly, is saying a lot after what just happened the last half hour.
Indeed. Well,
Oh,
yes.
sorry, you're about to say something, Captain?
Well, I was gonna say that no. About to end it. You had a thought to add.
Oh, yes. So, how did you say that the intruder killed himself? The first one?
Oh, he reached over and grabbed a power conduit and vaporized himself. Not poison, but I'm willing to bet that even if this were the same type of person, they had a poison. Even if the first intruder had a poison, the ability to completely vaporize themselves, leaving no evidence, is probably preferable.
You make a good point, though. Just for an added detail to know, do we know how they got on the ship? Did they use a transporter at any point that could have picked up the presence of a toxin?
Nope. We have no idea how they got on. It is all a complete mystery.
Okay, so that may or may not have been the reason they didn't poison themselves. But you're probably right about the complete disintegration.
Well, unfortunately, until a new lead turns up, that's as far as we go on this matter. Good news is we have reached the outpost, and we should probably head over there and see what we can assist them with. Follow me, Mr. Evans. We're going back to the bridge.
Yeah, will do, Captain.
And so he'll follow me back onto the bridge, and there'll be the whole Captain on the Bridge thing, and he'll take center seat again from presumably Varro.
I am not on the bridge.
Oh, you're not on the bridge.
I'm in my quarters, and I have a small thing I'd like to do there whenever it's convenient.
Yeah, now's convenient.
So, a while back, Varro walked back into his quarters, and he goes to his desk, sit down. Terminal's closed. Lean back in my chair for a minute. Close my eyes, and there's just a single tear goes down. Then I open them up, and I pick up a photo on my desk. Very old-fashioned. Of an Andorian in a Starfleet captain's uniform. And I look at it and I say, "It's supposed to be over, my friend. It's supposed to be over." And I put it back, and I head back up to the bridge.
Okay. I suppose we should head over.
Hold on. Before you head back onto the bridge, your computer console has a incoming message from whoever the admiral is.
All right, I open it up.
And it has what I just sent you on it.
All right. Very good. I delete the message.
I can't wait for this to be something that you don't tell me about and that I'm going to have to find out about later. I can't wait.
I might tell you about it, but I'm not leaving any record of it in the ship's computers.
Great. So when you get up
so I
to the
delete
bridge,
that message completely.
Okay.
So when he gets up to the bridge, like at this point, Harmon is going to have opened a comms channel to the like the head of the research outpost.
Okay.
Are they Federation, Klingon?
The head of the station array is a female Klingon called Dr. Jakul.
Dr. Jakul. Huh. I wonder if there is also another scientist on that station named Dr. Hyde.
Pend is audibly just sighing at that.
Anyways, so do you need any assistance over there on the array with moving over the supplies from the convoy, or you handle this matter on your own?
Well, Captain, we do need some assistance in putting some of the what are they? Hold on. God damn it. We do need help at securing some of the cargo containers to the outside of the post.
Understood.
And Captain Captain Akul is here. He would like to see you.
Of course. Just me, or am I allowed to bring my second in command as well?
Well, Captain, the Klingons are festive, to say the least.
Festive. Understood. I'll have some of my officers get on assisting with the offload of supplies, and I will be over shortly.
Thank you, Captain. Array 3-5 out.
Okay, I turn to Varro and say, Commander Varro, you are with me. Lieutenant Commander Yolen, you have the con. Lieutenant Pend, please begin preparing for docking sequences with the array.
Oh, you guys are already docked.
Oh, we're already docked. Okay, never
Yep.
mind. Just keep in contact with flight control for the array in case anything is needed. And Lieutenant Evans, just continue working ship security.
Yes, sir. Yes, Captain.
I think that's it.
Oh yes, and also I'm gonna as we're about to leave, I say to Zoltan, Ensign, I need you to work with Chief Engineer Vada and on assisting the convoys in unloading.
Okay.
So I assume the three of us will get on the turbo lift and we'll get off at different points.
Sounds good.
So he'll get off somewhere around like main engineering, and we'll get off somewhere around the docking port.
Okay.
So
Which actually means we get off first.
Yeah.
we do. Okay. So yeah, I'll just be walking with Commander Varro.
All right. And once we are alone walking, you just hear that slightly echoey, Captain.
Yeah. Hmm?
Don't say anything out loud.
And you just see a like almost imperceptible, but like it's like if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't know this is what he's doing. But he nods.
I say, I've just gotten confirmation from Starfleet. We are dealing with the Orion Syndicate. Every security measure is warranted. Nothing is too extreme.
And you hear Harmon say back to you in your head, "Understood. I was afraid it was the Syndicate, but at least now that we know who we're dealing with, that's a good step in the right direction."
And then out loud I say, well, Captain, I hope that these situations don't impede our mission any further. The station should be interesting, to say the least.
Agreed.
Never been much of a fan of Klingons, though.
Trust me, even though I've spent all my days whiling away with diplomacy, Klingons have always been a difficult lot.
Not exactly the most diplomatic, are they?
No, diplomacy has always been a two-way street. I liken it to the Federation having a full 3 lanes open, while the Klingons only have 1.
Might be more of a dirt road, if you ask me.
Apt. And we step onto the station.
As you step onto the station, you are met by Captain O'Cool. He goes, "Captain! It was a glorious victory!
Kapla!
Come, Captain, drink some blood wine with us!"
Of course. By the by, Harmon hates alcohol.
I don't like this
finally
captain.
Something that we have in common.
Partially because he's a complete lightweight.
See, Varro hates alcohol as well. Because alcohol deteriorates your control.
So, I mean, Harmon's gonna do it, because it's the respectful thing to do, so he grabs a flagon of blood wine and takes a sip. He puts it
And
down.
just a sip.
Then he takes another sip. Puts down. Takes another sip.
Varro is noticeably more subtle about it, but the same thing is happening.
Yep.
So as you drink the blood wine, Captain O'Cool kind of punches you in the shoulder and says, "Captain, your crew fought admirably today. You have gained an ally on this day. All you need to do is call us and we will come to your aid."
Appreciate it, Captain. Your crew also fought with honor.
Oh, Captain, you had many more kills than we.
Oh, we
We will
just
have to fight better to regain some honor that we have bestowed upon you.
oh, we'll do everything we can to prove that we're worthy of the honor.
Captain, I am sure there will be many enemies for us to fight together.
Yeah, this is good blood wine. What is this? It's like 2362 vintage. Puts it
And
down.
I say to the
Takes
captain,
another sip.
I'm sure the
puts it
next time
down.
we find enemies in the expanse, you will be the first on our list to call.
That is great to hear, Commander. Come, let us celebrate some more. And I think with that, we will end it there.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Well, that